skills to pull off Roz, because he's a very, very mechanically difficult character to play.
Yeah, and Greg too. Greg has not seen him play, I believe, on the broadcast so far. So it's going to be interesting to see how Mr. Pro E is going to play this Greg here, because Greg is so devastating. He gets that hook onto you. He drops the earthquake, which actually puts a 0.5-second silence, so you cannot flicker out, and then he just casts Roar Devour, especially the flicker Roar Devours. Those are the ones you want to watch out for.
And Pro's got that captain skin onto that Grok. Very, very suitable. He's going to be one of the playmakers in this game for sure. Look at Lao tries positioning behind those minions. He knows that that Pro E over there is there on the Grok, so shielding yourself with a minion is the best way to play it into a Grok.
Yeah, definitely here. And Pro E looks like he's not going to pull up the Grag play where you can pull the blue buff over to the Dragon Pit there and just reset it completely. He's not going to do that, is he? No, he's not going to do that move there and slow down the rotation of Team China. But look at the aggressive positioning of XP there as Raz. He's going to get collapsed on though, 3 versus 1. He's got to be careful, and he's going to get this King Andrew out immediately to safety.
That was a very, very good collapse there by Team China, but that flicker is going to be pot meat that he won't have it for the next 2 minutes. So if China knows their stuff, they're going to be exploiting that and trying to be collapsing on him within that time. Pro E is going to be brought a little bit low, but the flying spear is going to come out and can.
Wow, look at that pull there! Oh my goodness!
And that's going to be first blood for Team Vietnam.
Man, that combo, that flying spear stunned the Scud, and then the pull came out just in the right moment, and then the follow-up from all 3 members of Team Vietnam securing that first blood there. Beautiful combo. That's exactly what they need to do. This is why Greg is so scary. Look at this pull. He positions perfectly. He waits for the right moment to get underneath the tower, then does the pull. I mean, the timing and the mechanical skill is just phenomenal to watch.
Vietnam over here, like I was saying, I love this composition so much. They can just chain, and with that extremely long stun that Kian's flying spear brings to the table, Grok can just take his time, aim his hook, looks like they're going to be collapsed upon, and they're going to get another kill onto GM.
Speaking of another chain stun, that's exactly what happened there. But look at this 3-man rotation there. Oh, 4-man rotation. That's going to leave Ari at the top tower, be able to take down that top tower. So a little risky there for Team China. They may give away that top tower, but looks like Arjun is going to rotate in time, but Ari is jumping on that tower right now, and let's see how low she's able to get that top tower.
Neptune over here is going to be starting the Abyssal Dragon, but probably just leaving it because he doesn't have the damage to do it himself. Alan's going to be skirmishing a little bit with Gao over there in the top lane, but we're going to see 3-4 members collapsing over there in the mid lane. I love how Grok is consistently roaming, consistently providing value, providing pressure, and also providing vision for his team. Alan is going to be using his Call ultimate over there onto Gao, but it's not going to be doing that much damage to him.
Yeah, you can't forget there, Slims and Ari have that stun there, so they can combo their stuns together and do so much work into the composition of Team China here. So I'm really excited to see how those combos are going to play out. But we can't forget Lao Sui on this Crixie, that knock-up and the follow-up from the Scud, and the Mina is going to do so much damage if they're able to pull that combo off. So they have to be careful and understand how each composition is going to work into each other.
And look at that,
look at that pull and that combo again. Oh my goodness. That is just so devastating. You got to be careful there. Beautiful play by Team Vietnam.
That is going to be the first Abyssal Dragon for Team Vietnam, and that was going to be another kill onto MC. That's ultimate for XP. Neptune is going to be low, however, the red is going to come out. The stuns are coming in. Neptune is going to come back with just a sliver of health, and that is going to be another kill for Alan over there. Lao Shu is going to be chased back to his tower. The knockback is going to put him right in the middle of the enemy team, and that's going to be an onslaught. Another kill for XP over here. That would have been an amazing play by Team Vietnam. Alan is going to be over there on the other side of the wall. He is going to be rather low.
Oh my goodness!
And Joya is going to die to XP again. That was amazing. That was 3 kills in a row on the res of our Roz.
Man, Kim and these flying spears, I don't think he's missed one so far. He's been landing it so close, but again, you can see Vietnam just overstays their welcome, and because they overstayed, they got an extra kill, but look, China's going to continue to take objectives against you, so they got to make sure, they got to know when to back off and focus objectives, because kills can only get you so far in this game. You have to convert these kills into objectives, otherwise, you're going to allow China to get back into the game by taking objectives against you, because you're so low and you have to reset there. So Team Vietnam has to be careful in that regard. They have such a good combo and decisive win there. 7 kills already to them within under 5 minutes so far.
That's true, and already within the time that we've been talking, the gold lead for Team Vietnam has been reduced from 2,000 to just a little bit over 1,000 1000 right now. They're just so efficient at farming, but Kian is on top of his game, always farming, always clearing his jungle. He's got those double buffs, which he's going to have for when they're going to take the Abyssal Dragon or posture around it in the next 20 seconds.
Yeah, they gotta focus on the tower here. This is a nice 3M rotation. Gao is gonna get low here. He's gonna back up just in time, and they're gonna be able to take hopefully the bottom tower, but no, they're not. They're gonna back off here, and Namjoon's in a really tough spot. He has to use his shock ultimate to disengage, and that's not what you want to do as a Malik there. And they had a chance. I feel like that 3-man rotation had a chance to take down that tower there. That a wave pushing right into Scud. And as a result, they may give up this Abyssal Dragon potentially here, which is not what they want to do.
There are only 4 members of the Vietnamese team, now 5 up, but 2 of them are going to be backing off the base. So if I were the Chinese side, I might be posturing around the Abyssal Dragon because there aren't many members of Team Vietnam around to contest them. And you see right now we have 3 members kind of giving vision around the Abyssal Dragon, but they're kind of behind right now, so I probably wouldn't posture for it if I were them. I would instead be posturing to gank to potentially steal it, but it looks like they're going to be pushing in this top tower instead, a little bit of a 2-on-1, but they're not going to be able to do that much damage, taking the top tower to about halfway.
And Vietnam is going to go ahead and rush this Abyssal Dragon because of the top rotation that they noticed from Team China here, and that's going to be their Abyssal Dragon. So really good decision making by Team Vietnam so far. That's going to be the second Abyssal Dragon to their side. It's going to give them close to a 2K gold lead, and this is their chance to take the bottom tower. But look at this quick rotation by Team China. They're really beautiful there to protect their tower here. They're able to protect the tower and clear the wave just in time.
Oh, and that juke from NC over there, avoiding the double stream. But that flicker Dark Dominion over, that was so amazing. The moonfall's going to come out, and there's going to be so much damage happening right now. The shock multi's going to come out. Jovio's going to be forced to back off. MC and Jovio are going to die into the hands of Kian. Laoshai is going to be pushed back into the tower. It looks like he's going to die as well, but Pro E is so low. That might be a kill, but that is going to be another cleave, and that is going to be another kill for Team Vietnam.
Man, what a nice engage by China. They had a nice engage. The Scud came in there, the Mina Dark Dominion, the Naka, but then Team Vietnam just had a beautiful counter engage there. The Slims was able to jump out to safety and secure key kills there. And wow, the way that Team Vietnam was able to respond to that aggression by Team China, just completely outplayed. Look at the Malik ultimate coming out. Jovio is in a really tough spot. He gets stunned, and look at the Slims, gets the proc, his passive, and then another kill there on the bottom against the Mina as well. And then Lao Shui is not able to secure the kill on Pro E and falls as well. That's 3 deaths over to China that's handed over to Vietnam there.
Yeah, that was such a very key fight. It was looking very good for Team China at the beginning over there, but Team Vietnam was really able to turn around, kind of mess up their formation, and end up on top over there. MC's going to be able to hook him in. The moonfall also is going to come. There's going to be a little bit of engagement. The World Devour is going to come, but it's going to be canceled very shortly. Pro E is going to be so low. Alan is going to use his ultimate to try to catch him and get that kill. Gao is going to be knocked out, but it looks like no one's really going to suffer any losses at the hands of that fight. But Pro E is going to be forced to back off and recall.
Yeah, they're able to get a kill onto the Mina again, and Abyssal Dragon is going to spawn in 10 seconds here, and they're already posturing down to get dominance of the bottom lane. And look at that, they're hiding themselves, waiting for that overextension to get the gank there. And Gao so far doing a good job protecting his top tower, but wow, it is just 1 hit away. Then this is going to be able to take that top tower easily there, but Vietnam is going to trade for the Abyssal Dragon.
Yeah, kind of worth it if you ask me, but Gao is going to be so low, and that is going to be another kill for Ku, diving under that tower so fearlessly.
Yeah, they have to trade a tower at this point though. Vietnam needs to start getting more objectives. They're losing the objective game. They're ahead in gold, and they have to take advantage of this lead. And look at this rotation. China is always in the right place at the right time to stop these towers from being taken. And Namjoon is going to be in a really tough spot here. He's going to have to back off and use the ultimate there. And look at this. The moonfall is going to come out. He's getting so low, but Jovio is going to escape barely with health, taking that 1 tower hit there. But again, China, just such beautiful and decisive engagements to turn things around here.
And you saw over there, Laoshai actually got hit by the Flying Spear, but the thing with the Moonfall ultimate is that it continues doing damage, it continues attacking the opponents, even if you're stunned. So that's a very helpful mechanic to know, and it just makes Cursing all the more deadlier.
Yeah, definitely here. Look at Team China, they're just coming back into this game. Even though they're the team that's behind, they have less kills, but they're playing like the one that is ahead. And Team Vietnam is the team that's ahead, but they're not playing as if they're ahead. And that's because the rotations from China have just been so precise, so efficient. And look at this engage there. A taunt comes out, Pro E's going to get caught, and he's going to fall there. And they're going to try to trade back. It's going to be 1-for-1. in that trade. And look at the amount of damage coming up from XP. He's in a really tough spot. He needs to get out there. And look, there's no help, and he's going to fall as well.
Ultimate is going to be an ultimate for Ku over there. He is just making his way through the bushes so effectively. He is always there with his team, always there to get those cleanups over there. But Team Vietnam isn't really phased with this. They're just continuing to clear their jungle, continuing to try to work the game to their advantage, and continuing to try to hold their slight lead. It's so amazing that despite being behind 5 kills at the moment, Team China is only behind by about 1,000 gold.
Yeah, it's come down to macro movements, just the macro movements, the efficiency of Team China, the way that they're able to rotate and form their 4-man rotations is just so impressive. They're always in the right place at the right time. So when they have these team fights, they have the numbers advantage. It's always a 4 versus 2 or 4 versus 3, and then Team Vietnam then has to back off. So Team Vietnam, they need to group up more and make sure that their rotations are a little tighter, because if your rotations are not as tight as your opponents, they can out-rotate you and do these key plays there. Look at the pull on the siege minion there, making sure that the tower does not take that much damage.
Yeah, and one thing you notice is that Team China has been posturing towards the top lane very, very often, whereas Team Vietnam has gotten 4 Abyssal Dragons, so they've been focusing on the Abyssal lane much more often. So Team China knows that they should be focusing on the towers, but look at Pro EV over there being taunted. He is going to be able to make his way out there. He is going to be able to get the hook on MC, but that's not the target you want.
No,
you want those key heroes.
Yeah, you don't want to hook the Mina. You want to try to hook the Lao Shui or someone. Oh, they're trying to hook the Mina again there. But that's the key there. Right now, Team China has not been falling to these hooks, and that's what allowed Vietnam to get ahead, was he has such good hooks against the key targets of Team China. But so far, MC is doing a really good job of positioning there to make sure the hooks do not land on his key carries, but himself instead. That's exactly what you want to counter the grab.
That's true. I love that Team China isn't really forcing these fights over here. Oh, that hook narrowly misses MC, but you don't really want to be hooking the Mina. But I do really like that China's positioning is to really, really actively avoid fights, not challenge them, always be wherever the Team Vietnam isn't. Always taking those towers, always staying ahead, always farming, and always keeping that gold lead so narrow.
Vietnam has 4 Dark Slayers, 4. And they're not playing like they're ahead. Look at that beautiful kill, but he misses the combo, unfortunately. He misses more of the bar as well. That is not looking good. They're going to get a kill on MC though, but that's not the target they want. They want to kill Lao Shui, unfortunately. But that was a devastating missed combo from Team Vietnam. Although they don't get punished for it, that's something they cannot make in the late game, especially these team fights. That's going to be the difference here. And they have to be careful because the Dark Slayer is up. And as we know, if China gets that Dark Slayer, they're going to be able to use that buff to put so much pressure against Vietnam.
I do like that Team Vietnam is very aware of this, and they're always having someone scouting the Dark Slayer, making sure that there is someone over there to potentially contest and have that vision so that the rest of the team can collapse if Team China does so choose to go for the Dark Slayer at this point.
Yeah, definitely here. Look at that rotation from China every single time. They are just rotating constantly and protecting their tower. They only lost 1 tower so far, only 1 tower. And they take the Abyssal Dragon for the first time there. That's looking good for them. Look at only 1k gold behind now. That's not what Vietnam wants. They have to make sure that they start to get the lead again, because right now they're falling behind slowly because of how China is rotating and how China is just counter-engaging against their advances.
And we're seeing all 5 members of both teams moving to around the mid lane of this map, trying to gear up for a really big team fight. MC is going to be able to hook Pro E through the map. The Flicker also is going to come out, and the Shock is going to come out. There's so much happening over here. He is going to get the kill onto Lao Shui. MC is going to be very low. Ku is going to fall as well. XP is going to die at Linus' hands. Alan is going to be chased all the way back. Gao is going to be giving him so much chase. Namchin is going to be killing him. And that is so many deaths.
That's going to be the first ace that we've seen in this entire competition. It's going to be done by Vietnam. What a beautiful engage. That Flicker World Devour gets the knockup, and then Lao Shui does so much damage on Crixie. Watch what happens here. He comes in, Malik combos the ultimate, and look at Kim. He's protected from behind. They get key kills, and then the revives come out, but that was just devastating. Such a great, decisive engage there, but Kim was protected and not focused the entire time. As a result, he's able to carry at a safe distance, come back into the fight, land these key stuns, and turn it around for Vietnam. That's exactly what they needed. They take the Dark Slayer, and things could not look better for Team Vietnam.
This is exactly why China has been avoiding these 5-on-5 team fights until this point. There were just so many things happening for Team Vietnam. There's a Flicker World Devourer, followed up by that Shock ultimate, followed up by Slims doing so much damage, followed up by Iris Ryu. There is just so much. switch.
Yeah, definitely there. Such a good combo for sure, but now they have the darks there. They have to convert this into towers here. And China has to watch out. They have to be careful of Pro E's hook here, because one hook can turn the outcome of the game immediately. And look at that, another hook comes out just in time. And Joey is in big trouble. He's gonna fall immediately, and MC's gonna fall as well. What a devastating combo they were able to do.
That was so incredible. That is another double kill for Kian. He is just such a beast on the slims, doing so much damage now that he is farmed up. So Team Vietnam is going to be really posturing to take that high ground tower at this point. They have 6 towers, and they're looking to take a 7th. That Chocolate is going to come down. It's going to narrowly miss Lao Shui over there. They're going to be desperately trying to save this tower, but the minions are going to come in, and that is not going to happen. They're able to easily secure that high ground.
Yeah, look at that. Look at there. Minion is going to fall, though. They need to pressure down the other high ground tower as well. There's a wave pushing on the bottom. Take this high ground tower. They should back off at this point. They should not try to end the game and take too much risk unless they get key kills. And look at that. There was a save. Kim, their ally is going to be in big trouble. He's going to fall. Oh my goodness. The collapse and the counter engage from Vietnam. They're saving Kim was so critical in that fight. That's exactly how Vietnam needs to play. And we have an update for you guys. Chinese Taipei 2-0 versus Hong Kong, China here. And Chinese Taipei will go to the loser group final, which means they will meet whoever loses this competition right now that we're watching. And Hong Kong, China does get 4th place of the 18th Asia game. So congratulations to Hong Kong for that 4th place spot.
Now, after knowing that, neither of these teams really want to be losing this match, because Chinese Taipei is so fearsome. If China does lose this match, they're going to have to be going again, and they might not be as lucky to win against Chinese Taipei the 2nd time around. So they really want to win this match and make it a 2-0 victory for Vietnam, but they're looking so strong. So it's pretty doubtful whether or not China is going to be able to turn it around.
Yeah, look at another devastating pull on Ku there. This is so dead. Flicker ultimate comes on. They're going to kill MC as well. However, we see the Archman come in the mix. Allen is trying to take Kim. Kim is going to fall. Namchi's going to fall as well. This is devastating. It is a 4 versus 5. Gao comes in too late. He needs to back off. That is not what Vietnam wants to do right now. Misplay by them there. They needed to protect Kim, but Jiu Yu was able to get onto the back line and get the kill, and Allen was right on top of him. And look at that, Jiu gets 2 kills. They have to protect Kim every time. But look at this engage. Beautiful engage. They get the kill on Ku, but right now they need to back off immediately. Kim is in trouble. Jiu comes in there. Look at him out. Less than half health already in 1 combo and instantly kills him. They have to make sure that Slims does not get focused by Scud like that, because Scud does so much burst damage and he's so squishy. They need to eliminate the Scud before he can get to the Slims.
China's making me eat my words right now. Looks like they really might come back despite being so far behind in the last few fights. Joya was really the MVP of that exchange, coming in, flickering in there as a Scud and just cleaning up all the members who were low on the Vietnamese side. That was so key for them.
Yeah, 1 combo from the Scud took down Keen to less than half health. That is why you need to make sure you have vision there. And also, it was a 4 versus 5. Although Vietnam had the engage potential, they had a 4 versus 5 situation, and Irie was not there. If Irie was there, she would have been able to stop the Scud in his tracks and prevent him from engaging onto Keem there. So they need to make sure they fight even here, because in a 4v5, even though you're engaging, a good team will know how to counter-engage it, just as we see China do.
That's true. Granted, Gao has been focusing on split pushing, focusing on getting that divided attention for that team. But it looks like they're going to be engaging in on Pro E right now. He's going to be caught in the run. That is going to be the Moonfall coming in. That is going to be a very easy pick off for Team China. You really need to be careful of your positioning. You can't walk into a 4-man squad and expect to survive.
Yeah, again, they need to stop making these mistakes. You're letting China get right back into the game here. These are mistakes you cannot make and get caught out like that. So they have to be very careful, because as we know, the last game, Vietnam had the lead and they just gave it right back to China. And if they want to stay alive here, they cannot make those same mistakes again.
To China's credit, they have come back several times throughout the course of this competition. They've shown that no matter how badly they're behind, how many things there are at their disadvantage, they are always able to find a way to win.
Yeah, definitely. Gao is going to be in trouble. He's going to back off, and oh my goodness, he's able to dash out just in the nick of time. Lands a spin to get the stun, but Lao Shui is in deep trouble here. And look at oh wow, Gao gets a kill on Lao Shui. They're turning this completely around in his favor after getting caught up potentially, but beautiful abilities and dodges there by Gao.
Yeah, langsung over there really got overconfident in being able to get that kill. He flickered in with that Moonfall to try to get the kill, but it just didn't work. So the thing with Moonfall is that there's a maximum number of times that it can hit each individual enemy, and even though he did have the Arctic Orb, which allows him to become invulnerable for 1.5 seconds, it just wasn't enough, and he was easily picked off by Gao.
Oh, the pull onto the Mina comes in there, and they're gonna focus down. The Ku is CC, but no one is falling up. They need to protect Kim, and that's exactly what they're doing. Juye's gonna fall in the back line. It is exactly what they want. Vietnam's gonna get the kill onto Allen as well, and MC is gonna potentially fall here. He needs to get out, but the Dark Slayer is up. This is their chance to secure the Dark Slayer and end the game here, and that's exactly what Vietnam needs to do. Dark Slayer, yes, there we go. Don't make the same mistake you did last time. Get the Dark Slayer and secure the game, and beautiful engage there. And I love what the crack did. I love what the crack did. I love what Pro E did. He pulled the Mina away and then flicker ultimate on top of Ku, and then everyone protected Kim there. As soon as they saw the Scud come in, everyone fell on top of the Scud, killed Juye. He could not do anything. And look at this combo, MC's gonna fall. That is devastating. That's not what you want to do against a team that has Dark Slayer.
This is exactly what we were talking about with the composition from Team Vietnam over here. With that Superman over there, they're going to engage with a shotgun, but langsung is going to be dangerously low, and it looks like they are going to be focusing that tower. Kian over there on the Sims is doing so much damage even without minions, and it looks like Game 2, oh no, but there's going to be a counter engage over there. So many people are going to die. 2 members are going to die from Team Vietnam. It looks like that is going to be a turn on. Namjoon's going to be dangerously low as well. langsung gets the finish over there with the mischief. We thought this game was done.
But they're gonna use Stream Tower. They have the Dark Slayer. They can actually finish the game when the Superman get the tower. They said they're not going to try. But this is their chance. The core is so low right now. This is their chance to really do it. But Vietnam's gonna play it safe here, not do it. But they have the Dark Slayer buff. They just have to push down and get to the tower, let the Stims poke down the hero, and as soon as the Superman gets to the core, let the Ari jump onto the core and just finish it into auto attack. But they're gonna play it safe a little bit here. But the thing is, you have to not make a mistake, because the next team that wins the next team fight is probably going to win this game.
Ku just finished his Fenrir's Tooth over there, giving him 200 attack damage, and also increasing the amount of damage dealt when the target's HP is below 50%. So he is going to be dealing so much damage in the next team fight. So we're going to see whether China is going to be able to come back from that very near loss that we just had in that last skirmish.
Yeah, all they need to do though is protect Keen, because Juye wants to get on the back line. They continue to protect Keen and keep them alive. Vietnam has a great chance of coming ahead. Or if they can get onto Ku and insta delete Q or Lao She, they can then protect Kim and kill Juye. So we gotta see how this is gonna play out. But a key pull again is gonna change the battle of this fight. A key pull or a key stun from Keen is gonna make or break the next fight here.
And honestly, just getting anyone at this point in time to be so valuable for Team Vietnam, because it means that they would be fighting 4 versus 5. Regardless of who it is, that is a huge disadvantage for Team China if you're down 1 person when you're fighting with a 5 versus 4 situation.
Yeah, definitely here. Look at that. Juye's gonna back off. He's pushing the mid lane by himself, but this is their chance to push the bottom tower, use their range, get a nice pull, see if Vietnam can play the patient game. They don't have to dive, they have the grab, they have the pull that can come up every few seconds here, and then combo it with the Ari. And look at this, Allen's gonna fall, the Malik ultimate's gonna fall, but there's no follow, unfortunately. They're gonna clear up the wave right away. Look at the shield. Oh my god, that barrier on Allen is just insane with the Medallion of Troy and his shield ability that he has as well.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing Team Vietnam posturing again over here. We're going to be seeing Gao again going off into the silent to split push. I'm not really sure that's wise. You're trying to split the focus, but in a team fight, sometimes your team just really needs you there. Even though Ari is a pretty capable duelist, it might be more advantageous for Vietnam to have them so that they can fight evenly with a 5-on-5.
Yeah, they're split up there. They got to be careful here. Ari is split pushing on the top lane, and China knows that they're not together. So Vietnam's going to get it going back to their side of the map. And then Keen has the red buff. This is the perfect time to now exert more pressure. They have to make sure they win this fight and not give over any deaths here, because the Dark Slayer is going to respawn any moment now within the next few minutes here, and that's going to be a deciding factor to who's going to win that game, is who takes that Dark Slayer.
That's true. Well, we can only make it that far if Team Vietnam doesn't win with this next push. They did get that bottom lane high ground tower. People are going so low. Kian, however, is going to fall early on in this fight. Allen is going to be skirmishing against 2 members. XP is going to be over there dealing so much damage, but the members members of the Chinese are going to be collapsing in on these members who are a little bit low over there. Langsung is going to be killed by Namchin, and there's so many things happening right now. Alan's going to be killed by Namchin as well. Pro E, however, is going to fall, making it a little bit of an advantageous trade for Team China.
Yeah, they're able to get the tower there. Oh, XB, gotta be careful. Q's gonna come on. Look at that damage. The burst coming from XB here. Q's gotta be careful with the amount of burst coming from. I mean, Jilye and Q have the damage to instantly kill XB. It looks like they're gonna have to back up, but Raz is so fed. The amount of burst, that one combo took half of Q's life just like that.
The death timers right now are so long, about 40 or 50 seconds each. So at this point, you really can't be affording to take those big losses in those fights. You really should be taking those fights that you can win, getting those picks up. And this is where I really like Team Vietnam's composition. Getting one hook or getting one flying spear means an instantaneous pick and an instantaneous advantage for your team, where any advantage means that one player is going to be out of the game for the next around a minute.
Yeah, that's the key. Look at it. Everyone is full build though, so that's a little scary there, because one mistake from one member of the team will seal the fate of this game here. So everyone has to play literally flawless here, because one misposition, one hook, one bad engage will end the game for you if your opponent's gonna win the fight. So they gotta be careful. Or MC could flicker an ultimate right in there, so they gotta be careful. Both teams know what is at stake here, and Vietnam knows it the best, because if they lose this game, they will face Chinese Taipei in the loser bracket, the lower group bracket finals there, and that's not a team you want to face. You want to win and secure yourself at least a silver medal placing.
And the Dark Slayer is going to be up in less than 10 seconds over here. We're going to see if anyone's going to be unfortunate enough to be picked off, but we're going to see who is going to be able to get this Dark Slayer, because that team is very likely going to take the crown over here. China's going to be engaging onto Team Vietnam, who's going to be so low that World Devourer is going to come out and take it to so many people. MC is going to be dangerously low, but the shield is going to come out. Gao is going to get the kill onto MC. Ku is running away so low. That is going to be a double kill for Gao over there. Lao Shui is going to be out of the picture, so that is a huge advantage, and a triple kill for Gao even. It's a 5 versus 2 right now, so I think Vietnam is in an amazing position to take this victory.
And Namchin was the MVP of that game. Malik has so many barriers when he hit so many heroes, and you can see how tanky he was. He did not fall. Look at the combo again, and Jilye is gonna fall just like that. This is gonna be Vietnam's game. What a beautiful play. This is why you cannot focus Namchin. Malik has so many barriers and just won't die. Beautiful game by Vietnam. Taking one game off, probably the best team going into this competition that everyone feared. And Vietnam showed that they are the best from Southeast Asia, and they can take a game off the best from East Asia.
The wombo combo from Team Vietnam was absolutely what won them the game, getting so many picks on game. That World Devourer ultimate, that last World Devourer was just absolutely key in Team Vietnam taking that win. So I really like that draft. That coming into it, we were talking about that Chogner ban, because Chogner would have been an absolutely great counter to that composition. So this is where you see the power that a coach has. Someone helping with your overall strategy, someone helping with your draft. That is what won Vietnam this game.
Yeah, definitely. That one last team fight was key though, because when you focused on Malik, everyone was on top of him. He landed a cleave on the whole team. He landed a Soul Eater. He had a huge barrier, and then he used his ultimate on top of the entire team, and they completely turned that fight around. This is why you want to bait, and this is why understand. Look at the build on Namchin there. He has Ancestral Glory, Aegis, the mail plate. He has so much defense on him that he can absorb so much damage. So beautiful bait there by Namchin there. Turn around the fight, but Keen was the hyper carry. 12 kills, 17 assists, and only 2 deaths. And Gao also did such a good job split pushing as well. What a performance from Vietnam. Everyone played their role. Pro E as well, 22 assists to his name as the Grak there. This is why Grak is so good in this man. Look at full damage on XP. Oh my goodness. He doesn't have boots. He has just full damage on his entire build there. And that's why if they don't focus XP, they're going to lose the fight. They needed to focus on the squishies, and that's why focusing Malik was a huge critical decision by Team China. And this is why understanding your win condition in late game is so critical, because if you play into your opponent's win condition, you are asking to lose those fights, and that's exactly what happened for Team China, and Vietnam takes the victory.
And Kian over there has an 83% kill participation rate. He was always there with his team, always supporting. And I love that Pro E has an extremely high kill participation rate as well. He was always there helping. And the thing with Grok is that the more kills or assists he gets, the tankier he gets. He gains some maximum HP that scales up to a cap.
Yeah, amazing grab play by Pro E there. That's something China banned the first game, didn't ban the second game, and now I think the third game they're gonna take on that ban. So Vietnam, gotta ban the Valheim. China, you better ban the Grak. So I feel like the next game is going to change a little bit. And Keem there is the hyper carry of the team. His positioning was perfect. His team adapted as soon as Jiu Ye went on the back line and got the kill onto him. Every single fight after that, they protected him to a T. So every time Jiu Ye tried to get in there, Scud is not built as tanky, and as a result, Scud fell down immediately. And such a good reaction and adaptation from Team Vietnam there. And as a result, they're able to adjust and not fall and make the same mistakes they did in game 1.
Yeah, and Kian over there, I just love how well they were able to chain that crowd control between each of them with that flying spear that is able to stun enemies for so long. And Kian as well, late game, he was able to deal so much damage to towers. Once they had minions over there, they just instantly decimated that core.
Yeah, look at that spear. Oh my goodness. He's such a good job landing it, and that was a turn. That was the first ace of the entire competition, and this is key there. They protect Keem here. Jiu Ye comes in the back and they kill him. Look, another spear lands. I mean, the mechanical ability on Keem on this limb is just something that Team China needs to watch out for. Just amazing. Those spears and the combos that he's able to pull off was just phenomenal and amazing to watch in those replays.
That's true, and I love Pro E as well. I'm going to point him out again. He is such an exceptional support. Typically, supports don't get that much of the spotlight, but the fact you're pointing him out means that he is so good at what he does. So I think that this match really demonstrated how important a coach is. Reiterating that again, that strategy that they had to chain all the stuns, chain all the crowd control, and to get those picks off was really what made the difference for Team Vietnam.
Yeah, if you think about team fights, everything, there's 3 things, right? Late game that really decide is the team has to be in position. Positioning is everything. You saw Namjoon's position in the bush. He baited all the damage onto the Malik, and the focus from the team, the combo, the shock ultimate, and finally the combos that come out after the focus. When a team can execute that better than your opponents, and you will win every single team fight. And if you can do that better than your opponents, doesn't matter your macro game, if you're better at team fighting in the late game, then you will win the game. And that's exactly what Vietnam did in game 2, because honestly, China played a better team fight in game 1. They took advantage of the over-aggression of Vietnam, but Vietnam was able to adapt and adjust in game 2, which is perfect. They adapt in the heat of the moment. When they saw that Jiu Yu was focusing onto Keem, they then protected him every single fight afterwards, and that's what resulted in them winning, because they protected their hyper carry and allowed him to do what he does best, which is carry.
XV was a superstar there too on that Raz. It was
Yeah.
the first time we've been seeing Raz played on the stage so far, and he was used to great effectiveness, chaining his fancy footworks, chaining all of his stuns, his pushbacks, his knockups. That was incredible. And the poke that he did with that power surge was so great as well, dealing immense damage. He built pure damage, remember, pure ability power, which meant that just one hit from that takes away like half of your HP.
Yeah, he had Bird's Agony, which does actually 4% of your HP as magic damage as well. So that's why one combo from him, one surge, took up half the HP of Lindis there. It was just amazing to see how glass cannon. He's literally a glass cannon in terms of what he built there. And I'm surprised that China didn't pick up on that and focus him, because that build means that he can instantly die in one combo from a Scud or even a Lindis. No defense and so much damage, and that's something that you gotta watch the item builds of your opponents there to make sure you're focusing on the right heroes, because honestly, that last fight there, Namjoon just absorbed so much damage. That's what Malik wants you to do, is everyone wants to bunch up to him. He cleaves everyone, gets that barrier, he does a Soul Eater, gets another huge barrier, and you're like, what the heck, he can't die, and he just ults you, and the fight just completely turns in the favor of Team Vietnam.
That's true. Vietnam just played so well over there, bringing this match to a game 3. But the strategy going into this is going to be kind of complicated for both teams. If I were Team China, I'd definitely be banning away those things that made Vietnam's composition work so well. Maybe that Grok, the Raz, or the Slims as well. All things that contributed to their amazing team fight potential. You remember that World Devour over there that was absolutely insane.
It was amazing. You know what, I questioned that Malik first pick, and I gotta apologize to Vietnam. That Malik first pick really paid off for you guys. You guys did a good job there. I was like, why would you first pick Malik when he wasn't even picked in game 1? But that's why he was literally the reason why they won that last fight. So really good job by Vietnam and their coach to pick that composition into Team China. And I'm glad you're banning Valheim, because that's the key there. I feel like that's the weakness of China. They have to pull up their trump card now. They have to. Look at Vietnam. They're feeling really good about themselves right now. They have maybe figured out China at this point. So China needs to respond. They don't look like their hopes are up. China's really thinking through like, man, what do we do next here? Because now since Valheim's being banned, what composition do we need to play here against Vietnam? Because Vietnam actually won both games. Game 1 and game 2, they won the early and mid game. They just played so well winning the early and mid game. China had to come back in game 1. In game 2, they never really had a chance to come back. They had a few moments of success, but they never fully came back and even the goal lead. So that was what was different in game 2. But this games could not be closer. This is why both these teams are the best teams from their respective regions here, and probably some of the best coaches as well. So let's see how they're going to adjust their ban draft strategy coming into game 3. This is so important. If you win, you are guaranteed to be in the grand final. You're guaranteed to get a silver medal at least. Of course, no one wants silver, they want the gold. And you don't want to be the team that faces Chinese Taipei in the losers bracket or lower bracket finals there.
That's true. They don't call it the silver standard, right? Team China's looking a little bit pensive over there. It was actually a very cheese strategy used by Vietnam. All the stuns must have been incredibly frustrating to play against that. We're going to see China banning away the Zenial and then the Garage.
Like Valheim being banned. Everything is a target ban now. And I feel like the key now for Vietnam is to make sure they don't give away key, because Allen is just amazing on Omen, right? We know Allen's a great Omen. We know he's great on the Valheim as well. So they're target banning Allen, and it's such a great strategy by the Vietnam coach here. That's what you want to do, because Allen has been a critical role in the late game team fights. Because Omen, he's able to turn around the fights because of his Omen ultimate. He's able to turn around these fights because of his Valheim late game build. And Siaran being banned as well, which means Lindis or Violet could be the pick here, or are they going to go for the teamie? Let's see what they decide here, because it's going to be a very interesting draft coming up.
Yeah, that's really true. There are quite a few good picks that are still open over here. Scud is still open, Malik open, Teamy also being open, Chogner is still open. So maybe if China really wants to avoid that cheese strategy, they might pick out that Chogner. But I do think that because the Grok is banned away, he was kind of the core of that last match's composition. So I don't think that China would be very scared of the same thing happening again.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see what they're going to decide here. Or are they going to go ahead and pick up Chognar? He's open. So you don't pick Chognar, Vietnam might be taking it potentially here. So let's see what is going to come out. But we also, I'm surprised no one's playing Flash. We see Lao Shay play Pat, and Lindis is going to be picked up as predicted here, which means Chognar is potentially a good pickup for the side of Vietnam here. And they might go for Malik too. Chognar and Malik could be a thing they could pick, or they can go for Teamy and Chognar potentially here, or Teamy and Malik. So let's see what they're going to decide for Vietnam here, because honestly, their Malik, Namchin and Malik is just phenomenal. And they're going to go actually for Chognar Scud and deny the Scud from Julie.
Yeah, those are two very, very strong picks. One thing I might like to see Team Vietnam play again is that Roz. I really, really like seeing him, and he has so much potential to shut down those carries that Team China has, because he is such an effective mage assassin.
Yeah, definitely there. That Raz was looking so good. So let's see what is going to be picked here. Are they going to pick Lao Shay on that Crixie, or they're going to put Lao Shay on the Kali or the Flash here? This would be key to take away a key mage and put him on Lao Shay. And yeah, Flash will be picked up along with Matt. That's a really solid combo actually. The Shock Ultimate and the Flash Cyclone. Those are two really good synergistic combos that they can pull against Vietnam.
Yeah, it looks like China might be going for a little bit of a dive composition. The Malik Shock Ultimate is so good at engaging under the tower, and Lao Shui as well on the Flash has shown himself to be such a beast with with that incredibly powerful
Archery
hero.
being
We are
picked
going
up
to see
here.
the Raws being picked up again by Team Vietnam. Seeing the success that we had, they're going to try to repeat that this game.
Yeah, they're picking a CC. Scud has 2 CC. Raz has that knock-up. Arjun has 2 CCs in his kit. Ari could be, Ari's going to be picked up here along with Lumber, but Arjun has 2 CCs as well. He has a stun, his ultimate call, which has a really slow cooldown, and also his Ren knock-up there. And look at that, Violet is going to be picked up. Violet is going to win in the late game against the Lindis here, but Flash is such a good counter. Ari and Flash are really good at the Violet, so they got to make sure they protect Violet. That Chognar Chaos Protection is going to be absolutely critical to counter the Flash Cyclone and the Malik ultimate that's going to come out there. They have to make sure, again, their job is to protect Keen. Protect Keen and you will win these fights because Keen is going to be the critical late game carry on Vietnam here for them to win this game.
That's true. We did see Team China trying to focus down Kian as much as they could during that last match, but he was just so strong with Slim. So we're going to see how he does on the Violet this time. I do really like the composition that the People's Republic of China does have, though. They're going to be trying to dive in. They have some pretty good range. They have some slipperiness. They have really great damage with Flash and Lindis over there, and they have quite a few tanky heroes as well, with Malik and Lumber.
Yeah, definitely super tanky there. A lot of protection too they can provide onto the Flash, but we know that Ari has that spin stun, right? AOV stun, she has the Ryu ultimate that can AOV stun as well. Flash has Cyclone, Malik has Shock ultimate, and Lumber Earth Splitter. If they combo that against Vietnam, GG, there's no way that they come out. The only hope that they have is Chognar. So Chognar is going to be the make or break hero in this matchup. If he can play and counter Pro-E, again, critical on the Grag, he is going to be the person that I'm going to watch here with Chognar, because if he can counter all of the things that China wants to do to lock down either XP or Keen, he is going to help carry his team to victory here. That Chognar pick was so critical, so smart for them to first pick that Chognar.
Yeah, I love that Chognar. I totally agree. He is going to be so useful, but China is going to be trying to split their focus as much as they can. There is that Earth Splitter ultimate and also the Shock ultimate to worry about. So we're going to see whether or not Pro-E is going to use it on the right target, or we're going to see whether China is going to engage effectively with those 2 stuns.
Yeah, definitely here. Look at the damage there. XP is going to get some push, but MC's pretty tanky against Lumber. He's gonna be fine.
Love that blue Flash skin that Lao Shui has. I'm not sure if it's out in North America yet, but I will get my hands on it as soon as I can.
Exactly what I was thinking. It's a beautiful skin, and Lao Shui on Flash, I'm just such a huge fan. He played it so well every single game. He just knows how to poke every single time. Look at that. Getting Namchin so low already there, but XP is gonna go ahead and jump in there. He's gonna try to push MC back, and he does. He pushed both Jury and MC back, and MC's in a big trouble right now, but the counter rotation from Lao Shui and Jury is gonna come right back in here. Namchin is in trouble. Pro-E needs to help and come back in. Keen is gonna rotate just in the nick of time here, and no one is going to fall. What crazy and precise rotations from both teams.
Yeah, that's true. It was around the end of that fight where it became a 4-on-3, so China really knew how to cut their losses. They just saved their time, just ended that fight because they knew it wouldn't end well for them. That's some very precise and quick calculations on their part, and very great coordination as well. No one person stayed in and got instantly killed, resulting in a first blood. Neither of these teams will give up that first blood very easily. I believe the last game, the first blood didn't happen until quite a few minutes in.
Yeah, definitely here. And look at how Vietnam is playing cautious here. Both teams are very even. They know what is on the line and what is at stake with this win here. You definitely want to make sure you win. You get to the grand finals as undefeated, which means that the loser team that comes up from the lower bracket needs to beat you twice in the grand finals to take the gold.
It looks like it's about 2 minutes right now, so the Abyssal Dragon is going to be spawning. Both teams have 4 members over there in that bottom lane. Vietnam has better posturing over here right now, but Team China is very nearby. Kian is going to be trying to steal that away, and it looks like China and Alan is going to be able to steal away that Abyssal Dragon. The Shock ultimate is going to come out. He's going to be trying to get away the Cyclone, and the Flicker is going to come out onto Pro-E. That's going to be a near kill, but he is going to survive with just a little bit of HP. No one has died yet in this exchange, but Kian is going to be dangerously low over there trying to back, and that is going to be first blood for MC onto Kian.
Yeah, that was critical there for Malik to get the Abyssal Dragon, because as a result, a lot of your members turn level 4. And when you get level 4, you saw Lao Shui lose his Cyclone. You saw Alan also use his Malik Shock Ultimate. That is critical. When you get the Abyssal Dragon, the fight is yours to win, because you're level 4 versus level 3. There's no way for them to contest you when you have your ultimates, and they do not.
That's so true, and we're going to see Alan a little bit here skirmishing in that bottom lane. Team China is going to be rotating together through that jungle, 4 men rotating again together. Joya is very, very good at roaming, knowing when he has the time to, clearing his way before, so that he has some time to roam, and that so he can help his team. That Earth Splitter is going to come out onto Pro E. They are going to go onto him. He's going to be brought a little bit low. There's so many slows coming on. He is going to be able to use his ability and run away safely.
Yeah, that was interesting there to focus onto Pro E. He didn't have energy surge up, so he couldn't use Void Cleanse to get out of all those slows and stuns that he got hit by. And look at China, they're going to take the Spirit Sentinel. They are playing the game that they know is the objective game. Securing Abyssal Dread, securing Spirit Sentinel. Now they're going to try to convert this into a tower potentially here. And look at that, Joye gets ganked from the bush, but he has to back off because the rotation from Q just comes just in the nick of time.
Yeah, look at them going under him, under the tower. The Rio ultimate was beautiful over there, stunning him under the tower, resulting in a kill for Team China. What an amazing play. And now they're going to have 4 members over there in the bottom lane to Team Vietnam's 4, but that means that Malik over there in the top is going to be able to push, and that's even the Cyclone over there. He's going to be in a bad position over there. 4 members of Team Vietnam are going to be collapsing, but the Earth Splitter is going to come out, and all of them are looking so low. They're so divided. The red is going to come out, and that is going to be 2 kills for Team Vietnam.
Yeah, Lao Shui just a little too aggressive there under tower. You get knocked up by the Ren, and you get stunned by the code, and he had to activate his Cyclone to dodge the tower shot, and then Pro E rotates on just in the nick of time, and they get 2 kills there. That is devastating. China has given over their lead potentially here. If Vietnam takes this bottom tower, that's going to put them back in the game and in the lead here. That was a crazy play there by Team China and Vietnam.
Yeah, Keen over here is going to be sieging this tower over there using the tactical fire, which boosts the next normal attack. They're going to be able to get the first tower of the game over there in the bottom lane. It's so valuable because the subsequent Abyssal Dragons that respawn, they're going to be having such good positioning over there, and they're going to have that entire side of the map open to take it easily.
Yeah, you can see there every single mistake counts now. Every single mistake can be used against you or for you if your opponent makes the mistakes to take these extra objectives and get these extra kills. And now both teams are so even, but China is still playing like they're the team that's ahead though. They're stealing the jungle and playing much more aggressive, and this is why I feel China has the right mentality as a team here. Even though they're behind or even, they always play like they're ahead, and they're aggressive, and this side is really paying off for them.
That's true. Surprisingly, even though Team Vietnam is slightly ahead in gold right now, actually they're around even, but Ku is 1 level ahead of Kian over there, 9 to Kian's 8. So that is going to mean that he's going to be doing a little bit more damage and have a little bit more farm than him. Namchin is going to be dove under by the tower. That Cyclone is going to be able to kill him. Lao Shui again on the flash.
Yeah, they have the nice rotation there, saving the tower, but Namchin does fall. But that's a really good rotation there. They have to watch out for the next rotation there. Joye is going to be, Gao's going to be in a big spot here. Nice Earth Splitter hits on him, but look at the amount of burst. They're able to get out, but Q is going to back off, and look at that. XB so mobile in this Raz here, going in and out, weaving in and out of these battles and getting all this poke down.
Yeah, XD over there, he uses fancy footwork so effectively. He just went in, did what he could to save his teammate, and then went out. That heal over there was popped to save his teammate, so that was a very, very good turn, and it saved Team Vietnam from falling a little bit more behind. They do have a slight gold deficit right now because Team China is just, so we just see again and again, they're so great at farming. Their rotations are absolutely flawless. Their jungle is consistently cleared. They're often like no jungle monsters in their jungle because they rotate through it so effectively.
Yeah, their rotations have just been so precise. They're always in the right place at the right time here. Alan is not going to be able to fall here because again, Malik is so tanky there. See that berry he gets from a Soul Eater makes him, allows him to absorb so much damage because of the berry it gives him, and the more items he gets, the bigger that berry is going to be, especially in the late game. So we have to see how Vietnam's going to respond to this rotation because right now river control is solely over to Team China, and because they have the river control, they're going to easily take this Abyssal Dragon and then exert pressure on this bot lane.
I love the response times from Team China. When they see that any one member of their team is in trouble, instantly every single member of that team is going to be posturing towards there, trying to save their teammate or try to pick up the remnants and try to clean up that entire fight. We're going to see two members of each team a little bit over here in that mid lane. There might be a little bit of a skirmish over here. Lao Shuai again is over there. Such a key player diving in and out.
Yeah, definitely diving in and out here. And look at their, right now, Vietnam is not that behind, just 1K go behind. What's going to decide which team is going to get ahead is that next fight here. Who is going to make the mistake, or who's going to get that clutch engage to secure some key kills and turn the kills into a tower.
4 members of Team China are over here right now. Alan was just waiting there with his ultimate up on Malik, but there wasn't really a good opportunity to engage, so instead, China very decisively moves away. Probably he's going to be caught out a little bit, but XP is going to be over there on the Ross to save him from an untimely death. Lao Shuai is going to be trying to clear this wave, and he is not going to take any damage. He is just so slippery.
Yeah, both teams are so precise with their rotation. They're not wasting any time. Everything has a purpose in their movement, and look at that. The ultimate will be used on Joye. Gao is going to go ahead and back off here. Oh no, his ultimate was oh no, he's going to fall in this rotation. Come up, but Lao Shuai's not able to kill him. He gets out with barely surviving that engage.
I was actually very, very lucky. Lao Shuai, they're very lucky that Lao Shuai didn't really stay with it. Lao Shuai is known for diving in, maybe perhaps a bit too far. The cycle also going to come out. The Slayer Splitter is going to come in. Lao Shuai is going to make it and come back there alive. They're going to be able to get this tower very, very easily without any contestation by Team Vietnam.
Yeah, look at that rotation again. Team China is just superior in their rotations against Vietnam here. And as we're getting so many kills, and look at Lao Shuai there. He's going to fall. He's getting pretty low, but he's going to be able to escape just in time. But beautiful cyclone earlier to get and kill. And wow, look at that ran by Namchen. Beautiful placement, getting the kill onto Lao Shuai. And MC is in a bit of trouble. However, China just fighting back just as hard here, and they're both gonna back off. But then again, this is why Flash is such a good pick into Violet. That Cyclone ultimate can easily trap Violet and get her pretty low and kill her, and that's exactly what Lao Shuai did.
Yeah, Namchen was really the MVP of that exchange. Even though he exchanged his own life for it, he was able to take down Lao Shuai with him coming in from the other side, collapsing in on him when he just had a bit of HP left. It is so crucial to shut down these key members, especially ones that are as well known as infamous for how great they are as Lao Shuai.
Yeah, Ku is going to take that Abyssal Dragon. That's going to be the second Abyssal Dragon going over to Team China. It's going to give them a nice 2K gold lead now, and they're going to try to force down this bot tower, but Team Vietnam is going to rotate just in time. And look at that, the pushback in the Ren coming up, but Allen just so tanky on his Malik. This is why Malik is so good to absorb so much damage here.
That's so true. I'm going to be seeing both teams resetting a little bit. Allen is going to be forced to go back, recall, and Ku just finishes Omni Arm, which is a huge power spike for him. But Jory is in a bit of a bad position, being 2v1 over here. The real ultimate is going to give him enough stun, give him a little bit of a stall to allow him to escape there safely.
Yeah, that barrier is massive. They have to back off immediately when he activated his Ryu ultimate there. And look at Broly taking so much damage from Ku there. They have to get Keem to the late game here. They got to feed Violet and make sure Keem does not fall behind the Lindis, because level 15 on Lindis, level 13 on the Violet, and of course they're gonna rush the Dark Slayer because they have Brutal Control. But this might be they don't engage just in time, and Gao is in a bad position. He's gonna fall immediately there. Wow, what a decisive engage there by Team China right onto the Scud.
I think Gao at that point really should have just engaged nevertheless, but look, we have a siege being over here, and the shock ultimate is going to come out perfectly timed. They might not get that mid lane tower, but that cyclone is going to come out again. Hien is going to fall, and that is going to be a tower for Team China.
What a beautiful job by Julia. Going to backline there, securing the kill onto Keem, and then also onto Pro E, getting a double kill on this RV there. This is devastating. You do not want to give over these kills when they have Dark Slayer. Again, every time China gets the Dark Slayer, they just convert it to such a massive lead. And look at this, getting 4 kills. Namchen falling, and Gao also falling as well. XP is going to fall as well. This is going to be the game. Game 3 is going to end like that in just 12 minutes. Team China are going to be your first Grand Finals.
Indeed, Team China is going to be the first team to qualify for the championships over here at the Asian Games Esports demonstration event for Arena Valor. They must be feeling so great about themselves, secured themselves at the very least a silver medal, if not the gold, if they just win one match against the second qualifying team.
Yeah, this is so devastating for Team Vietnam. They're going to have to drop down to the lower group, and they will face Chinese Taipei in the lower group final to see who will rematch against Team China. Team China has beaten every single top team on their way to the grand finals here, taking down probably arguably the second best team at this event after taking down Chinese Taipei earlier. Team China just showing us why every single team referred to them and mentioned them as the team they're most afraid of and as the team that has the most potential to walk away as the gold medal winner in this competition.
That is absolutely true. Look at both teams being such great sportsmen, shaking hands. But we've seen time and time again that Team China's strength does not necessarily lie in fighting. It lies in their macro strategy, and that is what has gotten them so far into this competition. They are just such masters at knowing what to do and when, and they're so decisive at doing it. That is the key to victory, and that is what these teams should aspire to emulate as they face off in the loser's bracket for the chance to rematch against the People's Republic of China.
Yeah, and I knew the flash pick in the body was just perfect. Pro E needed to be there for Keem there. He needed to cast that chaos protection to protect Keem from those cyclones, because every time Bali gets caught in a cyclone, it's normally an easy kill for the team that has the flash there. So beautiful counter pick. The drafts from China have just been phenomenal and so impressive there with how they've been playing. And Allen not dropping a single death as well as Ku there, but you can see the lead there. Ku is just so fed. 8,000 gold. That's exactly how you want to play Lindes, to snowball against a Vale here, because Vale is just so much better in the late game against a Lindes.
That's true, and when you're one full tier 3 item ahead of the NA jungler, that is such a huge advantage. Ku on that Linus was just so key, pushing the towers. He has a little red symbol over there, and Lao Shui doing 29% of his team's damage again. He is so key.
He is just showing up again and again, being the difference maker, being the key X factor for Team China here, and the reason why they're winning so many of these fights. Even when they're behind, Lao Shui is the one making these plays, as we've seen him on Flash, as he see him on Kali as well. Every hero he plays, he is making such a big difference for his team. No wonder he is such a favorite of the fans. And Joe Ye definitely was the man of the match. He got that key double kill with the Dark Slayer buff there, killing Pro E and killing Keen, going on to the back line, winning his lane against a Scud as well. I mean, such great placements of his Ryu ultimates and spin combo CC for him to win a lot of these trades.
That's true. He was actually able to get his way out of a bunch of sticky situations when it was like a 2v1 where he was outmatched with that Ryu ultimate, earning him enough time to get out of there. Let's look at that. That was a beautiful spin ultimate, providing some
yeah, as you can see there, that rotation, Vietnam turned that around there. Such a good job. As you can see right here, this was the key fight here. This is where, when Team China gets the Dark Slayer, my goodness, they put so much pressure, and you gotta be careful. If you're gonna face against Team China Grand Final, whoever makes it here, either Vietnam or Chinese Taipei, that Dark Slayer, I'm telling you, you cannot give China that Dark Slayer, because when they get it, they basically come back into the game or win the game if they're ahead. So you have to be careful of that. And that just shows you the power of the macro strategy game that China is playing. Their rotations are just so precise. They don't waste any time. They rotate 3-man, 4-man collapse, and every time that they do a rotation, that 3 or 4-man collapse, they always get a kill usually, and they convert that to a tower. But when other teams do it, like Vietnam or Chinese Taipei, China just counter rotates against it and doesn't allow that 3 or 4-man rotation with their opponents to get any results from it. So just amazing, amazing macro rotations by Team China.
One interesting thing that you can notice throughout these matches is that Team China has been focusing more on the Dark Slayer than the Abyssal Dragon, unlike a lot of these other teams. Other teams, like when their match against Vietnam, I believe they got the Abyssal Dragon like 4 times before Team China even got one. So Team China, it really, really likes that Dark Slayer because not because it gives them gold unlike the Abyssal Dragon, but because it allows them to push objectives. That damage is so useful, and that is the name of the game that China is playing. Objectives, objectives, objectives. They're just consistently focusing down towers and going for the win.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna go ahead and interview Team China here down at the stage here and get to hear their thoughts about how they felt against their match against Vietnam.
Hi everyone, we're here in the after-match interviews, and I'm your host for today, Isaac Peña Mule. We just watched a titanic match between The People's Republic of China and Vietnam, ending with the People's Republic of China winning 2-1, moving straight into the finals. We're here with Zhou Yue and with Nai Cha. I am going to interview them and to see about what they think about their opponents. Nai Cha, we have seen the match today against Thailand. We saw the match against Chinese Taipei. We saw the match after right now against Vietnam. Every single match just gets harder and harder and harder. What are your thoughts about the level of your opponents? 从第一场比赛打泰国到第二场比赛就打台北，中国台北，到现在我们就打了越南了。你是怎么样的一个感受？你觉得现在的选手，你的对手的水平是如何？
对手一直很强劲，然后三盘的先选我们都选了一个中后期的阵容，然后前期是对面比较厉害的。在中后期，我们只要有大心脏扛住了，我们最后就能赢。所以每次在劣势的时候，我们在台下都并不是很紧张，就是觉得能翻盘。
Oh, so from what Nacha has just told me right now, we can see that it has been part of the strategy of the Chinese team just to be strong in the last parts of the game, as they have been in the early stages just being given the other teams just a little bit of advantage in order for them to become stronger at the end. Now, a question for Zhou Yue. Zhou Yue, it's already 8 hours since we've been starting playing right now, and we can start feeling that the players start getting tired. What is going to be the key in order to have a good performance in the next match? 东文我们都已经打了快将近8个小时了，我们肯定会感受到选手有一点疲累了。你们会感觉为了拿到冠军，而最后的这场比赛保证最好的状态，什么是最关键？
我认为最关键的是大家一起那颗想赢的心，我们一起团结就能赢。
So of course, the teamwork is going to be the most important part. As the team is going to be a unit, they're going to be solid, and they're going to be able to go back home with the gold medal. Thanks everyone for watching our interview, and we're going to be back after the advertisement. Thank you.
What are we actually made of? Beneath the colors, beneath our similarities and differences, and our failures and achievements. We are the children of the universe. We exist to push all the boundaries. We are a never-ending flame, uncontainable, just like the sun. Listen to our eternal heartbeat as we march to greatness. Asian Games 2018, Energy of Asia.
Setiap saat, setiap waktu, keringat basahi tubuh. Ini saat yang ku tunggu. Hari ini ku buktikan, ku yakin aku kan menang. Hari ini kan dikenang, semua doaku panjatkan, sejarahku persembahkan. Terus fokus, satu titik, hanya itu, titik itu. Tetap fokus, kita kejar, lampaui batas. Terus fokus, satu titik, hanya itu, titik itu. Tetap fokus, kita kejar, dan raih bintang. Yo yo ayo, yo ayo yo yo ayo, yo ayo yo yo ayo, yo ayo yo yo, oh oh oh, yo yo ayo, yo ayo yo yo ayo, yo ayo yo yo ayo. Kita datang, kita lihat, kita menang berprestasi. Kalau kalah jangan frustasi, kalau menang solidaritas, kita galang sportivitas. Kalau menang berprestasi, kalau kalah jangan frustasi, kalau menang solidaritas, kita galang sportivitas. Terus fokus, satu titik, hanya itu, titik itu. Tetap fokus, kita kejar, dan raih bintang. Yo yo ayo, yo ayo yo yo ayo, yo ayo yo yo ayo, yo ayo yo yo, oh oh oh, yo yo ayo, yo ayo yo yo ayo, yo ayo yo yo ayo. Kita datang, kita lihat, kita menang. Yo ayo, ayo yo, hanya itu, titik itu. Tetap fokus, kita kejar, oh oh oh. Terus fokus, satu titik, hanya itu, titik itu. Tetap fokus, kita kejar, dan raih bintang.
Yeah, I walk on water. Yeah, I'm stopping thunder. I can make you prouder. Flying to the highest stars.
To the highest stars.
Yeah, I break the chains and dancing in the rain. I'm living on a jet plane. I got so much more to gain.
So much more to gain.
I can be that silver lining in the cloud. I'ma show the world what I'm about. I will sing out loud.
I will sing out loud.
Oh yeah, I can be that hole in the universe. I can be that joy that you deserve. I will sing out loud.
I will sing loud. You can be the fire that lights up the world. With your energy, stronger together. You can climb higher to the top of the world. With your spirit, your hungry
They say I will never make it. They say that I just don't have it. They say just go back, forget it. They say, they say, they say, I say, well I'm just gonna get it. I say I won't stop till I made it. I say I will not regret it. I say, I say, I say.
2018 Asian Games Esports Demonstration event here on site in Jakarta, Palembang. I am your host, Caro and Caster, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, Jeb Sweetness Chow.
Thank you. What a day it has been. Team China has made it to the grand finals after beating Vietnam 2-1. And Vietnam taking China all the way in a best-of-3 series. And now they have a much opponent to meet up here. And we're going to check out the brackets to see how all the teams have done so far here. Because Vietnam is going to face against Chinese Taipei next. And a lot is on the line. You can see how far Hong Kong, China has made as well. They have placed 4th in this competition. But now it comes down to Vietnam, the last hope of Southeast Asia here. They're representing every single country and region here in Southeast Asia, and they need to make it through so they keep Southeast Asia alive against their fearsome competitors that are from East Asia here, Chinese Taipei.
I've been itching to watch this matchup happen.
Yeah, definitely here. We're going to check out the teams in any second now, but we saw how well Vietnam did. That is the only team that have really pushed Team China to the limit. I mean, honestly, they won both games 1 and 2 in that early game, and then in game 3, China just adapted and took it away for us there. But we saw Team China playing so much better against Chinese Taipei. So I wonder if Chinese Taipei, after watching the matches that they see Vietnam and China play here, are they going to be able to hold their own against a team that is as well polished and well played as Vietnam here?
Yeah, both of these teams are so composed no matter what match they enter into. Vietnam, we see they have very good decision making on their shoulders, but Chinese Taipei as well, they're very versatile. They have really good strategies, a great coach who has been leading their team to victory over here in the losers bracket. But we're gonna see Chinese Taipei and Vietnam face off. I've been waiting to see this battle. They seem like very evenly matched. It's hard for me to say which way if it's gonna go, or if it's gonna go one way or another.
I know which way it's gonna go. Vietnam just gotta ban Valheim. And they'll be in good shape. But seriously, Vietnam banning Valheim, and then they're better at the early game. So, and you can see there, Vietnam, Gao, Keen, Bug, Namchin, and Pro E. They're such a phenomenal squad. Such amazing synergy. The combos they're pulling off with one another. And Keen on the slims. What a monster on that hero. And of course, we gotta talk about Pro E and his Grak.
Oh yeah, Pro E's Grak was just incredible. He was such a great roamer, getting so many great doubles chains, so many great picks off, and not to discount Gao either. He was an extremely capable side laner, very great, and Namchin as well, who played Malik to very great efficiency.
Yeah, definitely there. So let's see what they're going to pick for them. He's deep in thought here, very focused as a team here. They did so well against Team China, the team that everyone expected to win, and for Vietnam to perform that well. They are the last hope of Southeast Asia. They came into this entire competition as the champions of the qualifiers, going undefeated in all of Southeast Asia to get their spot here. And they're a team that's going to carry on the pride of their entire region here. So they have to win, because if they win, they're going to at least secure a silver medal for Southeast Asia, and a lot is on the line for Vietnam.
That's true. It would mean such an honor to these teams if they were able to take home the first ever title of esports in the demonstration event in the Asian Games for their own countries. So the pressure is really on.
Yeah, this is kind of a grudge match, because back in the Asia International Championships back in winter 2017, Vietnam lost to Chinese Taipei actually, and Chinese Taipei took the championship there. And even in the World Cup, they lost again to Chinese Taipei in the Arena Valor World Cup in LA back in July. So a lot of grudge match on, but you can see Chinese Taipei here, Lover, Soar, Wei, OM, and Fanta. Looks like OM is going to stay in here and be continuing in the roster, and Ting is going to sit this one out yet again.
That's true, and that's not to discount Ting though. He is such a beast on the battleline, but sometimes you just kind of need a momentum change. You need to kind of change shift in the attitude. You just need something fresh or something new to brighten up your team when things just don't seem to be looking up for you.
Yeah, Fanta, again, he plays an amazing Ardrin, an amazing Chognar as well. This is definitely a player to watch out for. And you can see here, OM, the man that came in and helped turn things around for Chinese Taipei. here. His aura play, so amazing. Definitely a player to watch. And because Valheim will most likely be banned, that's why Ting is kind of out of because Ting's Valheim was just amazing.
That's true. A very smart decision by the coach, knowing that Valheim is most likely to be target banned away from Chinese Taipei. Very smart to keep him in, who is a very, very versatile player and can put himself in any role. So in the roster that was submitted, he actually had OM put down as the mid laner, but he is going to be a side laner, so he is definitely a very versatile player.
Yeah, and you can see Sor there, that guy on the Necroth, probably the best Necroth player in this entire competition. Once he gets on the Necroth, he can just basically dance around you and steal your jungle and secure the kills on the high value targets. And of course, Lover, we have to talk about his Lubu. Amazing Lubu plays in the solo lane there. So wondering if he's going to pull that out again against his opponent here in this matchup, because nothing could be more critical here. This is where the loser is going to walk away with the bronze medal and have to be a spectator to see which team is going to go ahead and take home the gold medal.
Yeah, this team here, Chinese Taipei, is just such a well-rounded team to me. All of their members are very great at what they do, but for me, the player to watch is going to be Wei in that mid lane. He dominated time and time again with Chulin. He went 12-0 that one game, but no team has really bothered to take that away from him. So I'm going to be really looking forward to seeing what heroes Wei is going to be playing and whether or not he's going to be dominating again with those heroes.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see how these coaches are going to figure out their ban draft, because I do expect Chalknar being banned, Valheim being banned, Superman being taken off, as well as Aram, because we know that OM plays such an amazing Aram. So I feel like those are going to be kind of the 4 priority bans, and then they can start target banning either the marksman or potentially the mage here. But I feel like there's so many mage options. We have, Raz, Tulin, Liliana, Crixie, so many options in mage, so that's not going to be a priority ban for any of the teams, and Valheim will be banned by Vietnam here. Very smart decision by the coach.
That's absolutely true, yeah. And the hero pool that Sor has is just so vast. He also played Necroth very, very well in previous matches that we've seen, in addition to all the ADC jungles that are very popular at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. And Raz gonna be banned and not given over to, as we know, such a great Raz player on the Vietnam side there. They're gonna go ahead and take Raz off the map and specifically target ban the mid laner here. So that means the other Crixie, Liliana, and Tulin options are open. Flash, of course, too. Flash, I think, deserves a ban. Flash has made such a huge play in terms of the combos with Stims, or his ability to counter against the Violet picks has been so critical, because when someone picks the Flash, you cannot really play the Violet into that. So I feel like Flash deserves a ban as well, but they're trying to prioritize instead the Wrath. Grak is going to be taken off the map. We saw how well Pro E played on that Grak. So really smart here by Chinese Taipei, target banning completely against Vietnam here. Let's see if they're going to leave Superman on the map though and allow Vietnam to pick the Superman, or are they comfortable and know that they can play into the Superman?
We actually see Teamy being banned, I believe, for the first time today, or first few times. Teamy is usually left on the board, but Vietnam is also going to ban that Zenial. Very great Siler who has seen tremendous success.
Yes, Zenial ban. Aram could come out here. It's Aram or Superman at this point here, or maybe they might just leave both open and take away the Lindis, because Lindis is first pick worthy in this situation. We see that when Lindis paired with the right composition can shut down a Violet composition very quickly, especially if you have the Flash with the Lindis as well. So let's see what Chinese Taipei is going to say. Yep, they're going to instead take away the Man of Steel and not risk it and give him to Man. So now we have a potential first pick Lindis here, or Aram, but I feel like Aram will probably be the one that makes the most sense, because you can flex Aram in the side lane or as a support. But
and Omen made it through the track.
I forgot
Omen.
My goodness, Omen is such a game changer, especially when he turns level 4 there. So now at least Aram open. Aram will probably be picked up by Chinese Taipei along with like a Lindis potentially here. So let's see if they're going to decide to take the 2 power picks away.
Yes, Scud is still up for grabs. Teamy hasn't banned, but Chalknar is also up there. Malik is also up there as well. There's so many great picks that are still available. And it actually looks like Vietnam has switched out their mid laner XP for Bug. It looks like something wasn't quite working for them. So So we're going to see
there we
whether
go.
or not this fresh change in roster is going to shake up Team Chinese Taipei.
And as we talked about, Arm and Lin is being picked up, so Flash, pick up the Flash here. We know Flash is such a good counter into a marksman. If you get the Flash with a Violet, that is such a deadly combination. Flash and Violet is going to do so much work in it. You don't even have to pick the Violet though. You can pick Flash along with a key support that you want to pick up, like maybe potentially Alice. Alice with Flash is going to work out pretty well. Oh, Malik Chognar instead will be picked up here. And they secure 2 critical side laners. Malik, you know, being a huge ultimate with his shock there, and Chognar being a huge counter to him. So taking away the counter to Malik is pretty smart draft by Vietnam so far.
I absolutely agree. And these 3 heroes that Vietnam has in their squad right now are really quite tanky, and they're going to be able to provide quite a bit of heal for the two heroes that have not yet been picked. So they need a jungler and they need a mid laner on their side, so they can afford to go quite squishy, maybe like a Slims or maybe a Violet for Team Vietnam, and they could even go with something like a Flash Crixie. Crixie's going to be picked away by way over there.
But you can get the Flash here. The thing is, Crixie works well in the Flash because if he jumps in and tries to punch her, she can easily hit him with the Mischief and the Nature's Wrath to knock him up and put him in a really tough spot, and of course activate Moonfall to then just hit him multiple times there. So Crixie can work into the Flash if played properly, but they're going to go with Liliana and Violet here. This is a very strong late game composition, along with 2 soul laners that can help in the early game, secure the early game, allow the Violet and Liliana to scale here. So pretty smart draft by Vietnam so far, very balanced draft, but we know Arm is extremely strong in the early game, but Malik can hold his own in the side lane against the Arm here. So let's see what the last pick is going to be. Could be potentially be a Scud pick because Scud is really good, or maybe they might go with Ari to get the assassin and try to get in there to get the kill. But Scud looks a little better because the amount of burst damage he can do onto the Violet and Liliana.
That's true. Scud has been just tearing through the squishy enemies. We've seen him time and time again diving in and then using his ultimate, pushing back and disrupting the entire enemy composition. It really splits up the enemy team and allows your assassins to pick off the remnants.
Yeah, or maybe, you know, Lover get back on that Lubu, you know? Lubu has one of his strong, but no, they're not going to do that. They're going to go with the Scud as we predicted, and that's a really good bursty composition there. You have that Sunshine from Alice, you have the knockup from the Crixie, you have the Stare from RM, and then Scud has that Furious Charge stun as well. So honestly, a lot of potential combos coming from Chinese Taipei, but also Vietnam. The Death Embrace is going to be absolutely critical, because when you turn the Death Embrace on and Liliana jumps in with Foxhorn, activates a Reiki shot, and that Reiki shot is going to hit you if you're stuck in that Death Embrace, and that person is going to be dead meat when that combo is pulled off, and then you got to worry about the Malik shock ultimate as well coming down upon you. So Vietnam absolutely has a great counter engage mechanism against their opponent, but if Alice lands a critical hissy fit onto the Malik and Liliana and prevents them from activating their ultimates, that's going to be crucial. But Pro E on that Chognar. Again, Pro E didn't make that big of a difference in the last game on Chognar, so he needs to pull it through and make sure he's in the right place at the right time to counter all of the CC, and especially the Alice ultimate coming out. That Chaos Protection needs to be there to counter the hissy fit.
Pro E is going to be absolutely crucial in this fight. I agree. He needs to have great positioning, and he needs to use his Chaos Protections right on top of those hissy fits, or maybe even protect it, because it renders your team invulnerable to crowd control for the next about 0.75 seconds after it's activated. So Pro E, all the eyes on you. All the eyes are on you, man.
Actually, with the latest patches, it's buffed to 1 second now, so that's why Chognar has came back into the meta, because 1 second is a very long time to get anti-CC. So we can see the matchups now. It's going to come down to, I think, Pro E. The supports are going to be absolutely critical, and of course, the Snare from Fanta. Again, he's an amazing ARM player, and in Gao on this Omen, we have not seen Gao play Omen, so I'm super excited to see what a difference he'll make once Omen turns that into that level 4.
Yeah, and Team Vietnam over here has a very great scaling composition with the Liliana and the Violet dealing intense damage towards the late game. So I'm going to be really looking forward to seeing whether or not Fanta can pull off some really nice like flicker snares, maybe under the tower potentially for some extra snaps to try to focus down those key targets, especially if it gets to late game.
Man, I love when teams do that. He got a cleave on 3 minions, and Liliana landed the Shining Light onto 3 minions as well. That means Liliana is able to clear a lot faster now and allow her to rotate and help Violet clear her jungle. That's exactly how you want to play in mid lane. You know, notice every pro team is doing that right now because a faster clear route gives you a faster rotation, which means more pressure on the river, which is exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, Liliana is quite weak early on, but look at Lover over there being engaged on by 2 members of Team Vietnam. Is going to be brought dangerously low, but he is going to be backing off under that tower.
Timed that energy surge perfectly to secure the Vision Seco there. What mechanical play-making from a Team Vietnam. Look, they're starting to poke down that tower already because they know how low Lover is, but look at the rotation coming over from Chinese Taipei.
And Namjoon over there is going to be stunned by the sunshine, but there isn't enough follow-up damage, and he is going to be able to escape unscathed. Look at Gao over there hiding in Team Chinese Taipei's jungle.
Yeah, definitely there. Phantom knows that he can easily out-trade the Omen. Melee does not stand a chance against Arm because of her passive and amount of health regen she gets every time her little lion beast hit the heroes there. And as a result, they're going to be able to put a lot of pressure. And look at that. Wow, that flare comes out just in the nick of time for Gao to jump out of the way and not get hit by that jumping lion CC.
And take a look at how both teams are positioning themselves right now. It is 2 minutes and the Abyssal Dragon has just spawned. Team Vietnam is going to be trying to do some damage on it, but there are 4 members of Chinese Taipei over there in the bottom lane, so Team Vietnam is going to be forced to back up a little bit and hold off on that dragon.
Yeah, definitely there. That's really good how both teams posture on Dragon and basically tell the other opponents, you want to take Dragon, I'm going to be right here waiting for you, and I can potentially steal it or turn it against you. So that's why teams, they don't take Dragon unless they have an advantage, unless they poke down the side laner or they poke down the mid laner. That's the key there. Or they take mid lane farm, get level 4, and then rush the Dragon. Those are some of the key strategies that we see for that. But look at this, the Moonfall level 4 is going to be used here to outpush Bug, but Bug is able to take that health glyph and be able to regen his life right back, and as a result, rotate the Dragon to make sure that Chinese Taipei does not take it.
And you see Bug over there only had a sliver of XP, meaning that he had just hit level 4, so he's able to use his unpredictable and leave the fox to get his way out of there. Lover's going to be in a bit of a composition, and the Death Suppressor is going to come, and that is going to be the first blood for Bug on the side of Team Vietnam.
Yeah, what a nice rotation there. That 3-man, like I said, that 3-man rotation is key. We saw Team China do it, and Vietnam is doing it now. They are converting that into kills, and as a result, they're able to get, they try to need to put up Dragon, but Chinese Taipei is going to sneak the Abyssal Dragon right underneath them, and that is not worth the trade there. Abyssal Dragon is definitely worth more than 1 kill.
Yeah, granted, first blood does give you a little bit additional gold when you do get it, but there is going to be a wave crash in the tower, which Team Vietnam is going to clear very easily.
Yeah, Team Vietnam, they have to make sure they don't lose the objective game. Every time they get a kill, they don't really convert that into any objective. Again, they were ahead in kills against Team China, and I feel like when they have these kills, they need to pressure, they need to convert these kills into map control and continually pressure their enemy team and play like you're ahead, not play like you're behind. So something that Vietnam needs to be careful of. Look at this rotation by Chinese Taipei. 4-man rotation down to bottom tower.
I love how neither of these teams are really forcing any fights. They're both playing pretty conservatively, but looks like Chinese Taipei is going to get the first tower of the game. Despite losing that first blood, that was definitely worth it to get a tower and the Abyssal Dragon. Very, very well played by Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, what a macro play. Again, Vietnam losing the macro play here, which is devastating for them. That's something they have to make sure they don't give a free tower and basically an uncontested dragon as well. They can't be doing that. They're going to start to slowly fall behind, but the gold is not that big of a lead right now for Chinese Taipei, so the next fight is going to really determine who's going to take it ahead here.
I actually quite like the roster switch of Bug over here. It is just like Liliana's ability, a little bit unpredictable because Chinese Taipei doesn't really have any information on this player, so I do think sometimes it's worth it to just change up the roster to get something fresh. But the move will come out, and the hit team is going to come in. Kian is going to be so low. Wei is going to be low as well, forced to back off, and Pro E is going to fall to Soar.
Yeah, Pro E went a little in too hard there, and Kian gets out of position, and look at the rush coming from Lindis there, securing the kill. What aggressive and beautiful play by Soar there.
Yeah, that was an amazing double kill, and that is exactly what Chinese Taipei wants, and what Team Vietnam does not want. You do not want to be feeding the enemy team's jungler and their marksman this early into the game.
Yeah, you don't want a Lindis getting ahead of a Violet there. That was devastating to give Lindis that kill and Violet falling. That means she's going to fall behind and farm, and Lindis is going to continue to farm, and the dragon is right back up. The second dragon going over to Chinese Taipei gives them a nice level lead. Look at it, level 10, level 8, and look at the side of Vietnam. The maximum is level 8 on their side. So you can tell they are starting to fall behind, and they have to make sure they don't continue to feed Chinese Taipei and give them more of a lead.
And Chinese Taipei has 5 members around that mid lane, kind of posturing towards the top. It is 6 minutes, so the Dark Slayer is spawning, but I don't think that they're going to be this overconfident to go for it this early into the match. Instead, they're going to be waiting and seeing if any members of the Vietnamese team are going to be a little bit out of position, but instead they're just going to back off, reset, and clear some jungle.
Yeah, definitely here. This is what I like what Vietnam's doing though. The Liliana and Vi, they're rotating together in the jungle, sharing experience and gold here because they need to make sure they maximize as much gold as possible to get their power spike, especially in the late game. But Namchin's gonna be a really tough spot. Tasty if it comes down, he's gonna have to use ultimate disengage, but he does do it in time. They're able to chase him, but he gets out. Wow, he's able to survive a 4-man rotation onto him. That was an amazing play by Namchin.
It was not looking very good for him, but Kian is going to be a little bit out of position, so low. It looks like he is going to be died. He is so low. Lover barely does not get the kill, but they are able to get a kill onto Pro E. Instead, Kian is being chased. What were you doing over there? Why did you not just get out? Sora is going to be able to clean him up.
Yeah, he got a little stuck there. He stopped for a second. The movement stopped for a slight second for some reason, and as a result, Sora was able to catch right up with him. But we have the passes from Lindis there coming out the bush, giving the extra speed. But look at that, Vietnam is totally losing their objectives, and look at the engage there. Oh my goodness, the snare is onto Namchin, but look at the bear he's getting. Gao's gonna come in there, but he's gonna fall. He has to back off immediately here. Bug and Namchin's gonna fall. They have to retreat at this point and make sure they don't continue to give any more deaths over. And now 2K gold lead for Chinese Taipei.
Wei was so low there in the exchange, but he stayed there anyway, and he was able to get the pick off onto Gao. That was so great, and it shows the power of Crixie's range. That Mischief has an insanely long range, so even if you're that low, you can still be huge and be such and contribute so well to those team fights and be able to finish it off.
Yeah, that's why Liliana slightly fell off in the meta because they kind of nerfed the range of the Shining Light, and as a result, Crixie was able to come back in because the range of her Mischief, like you said, is pretty solid compared to a lot of other mages, and that's why Crixie kind of jumped into the meta as we've seen at the World Cup here, and why she's playing to such high proficiency.
Sora over here is going to be soloing that Abyssal Dragon with a little bit of help from Lover. That is going to be the 3rd Abyssal Dragon for Chinese Taipei. What an incredible focus on those objectives, bringing them to about 3K gold ahead of Team Vietnam.
Yeah, look at the level lead. It is pretty devastating. So Vietnam needs to not fight here. They need to back off and make sure they just catch up in level parity, because 3 Abyssal Dragons stacked for Chinese Taipei means that they have a massive lead there that they cannot continue to give them. So Vietnam needs to just rotate, make sure they take their jungle, they don't give over any of the jungle to Chinese Taipei, and stay in the game and don't lose too much gold.
Ian just got his Wrangler over there, which is really, really good in giving him some armor pierce against the relatively tanky composition of Chinese Taipei. So that is going to be very, very helpful, especially in this early game, because he does get more armor pierce with each level that he gets. The move ball is going to be used, but it's not really on anywhere right now, and both teams are just kind of going to reset with neither team losing a member.
Yeah, definitely here. The key now for Vietnam, for them to turn this around, is they have to do the Liliana, Violet, and Omen combo. Omen has to get a perfect Death's Embrace onto Sora. If they can take out the Lindis immediately, they can lock her down in Death's Embrace and be able to turn the fire. And look at the snare there. Namchin's going to take so much damage. He's not going to be able to survive. No one's there to help him, and he's going to have to fall and give over another death to Sora of all people. And now that means Sora's going to get ahead 14, level 14, and a lot more items here. So much. Look at the amount of damage he's doing on that tower.
Yeah, Namchin has been a little bit consistently out of position. He was out of position there in the bottom lane and really narrowly escaped death just a minute or 2 ago. So it is very not wise to give over to that kill to Sora. And it looks like Chinese Taipei is going to be starting the Dark Slayer, but they're going to be backing off, seeing as Pro E has vision. OM is going to be in that bush, and their snare is going to come on, and that is going to be another kill for Sora onto Pro E.
Yeah, you definitely definitely have to watch that snare though. Look at that, Sora is able to trade right back with the buy there. Oh my goodness, wow, Bug is able to save the life of his buddy Keem there because that Scud was trying to engage really hard but fell right away.
That was so lucky for him to escape with just a sliver of HP. I could barely even see the green over there. That was an incredible escape. But he really has to be careful of his positioning next time because he might not be so lucky the next time he gets ganked.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking for Omen to make a difference with his Death Embracer. We haven't really seen him to use that ultimate to really turn around these key team fights, and that's what's going to come down to. I think that's the only chance that Vietnam has to come back in these fights. They've got to get on that back line, got to lock down Sora, and then everyone focus the Lindas, and they can win this fight.
We see the gold lead continues to widen. Omen is going to be dragging out that Abyssal Dragon pretty wise at this point because there are 4 members of Team Chinese Taipei posturing around. They're looking to get their 4th Abyssal Dragon of the game. They are so dragon focused, which means that their gold lead is just slowly been widening. It's about 3k gold right now, and if they get an Abyssal Dragon, it'll be another 500-600 more.
Yeah, definitely here. But, you know, Vietnam is not that behind. They can win the next fight. Again, Aram is going to play a critical role with the snares here. But look at Namchen. He's in a position here. Wei is getting low. Kim is going to back off just in time. The shock ultimate comes out, but no, it is not enough. Chinese Taipei is going to secure these extra kills, but Sora is pretty low, but Proby's going to fall. Look at that. 1,300 plus damage coming out crit from the Lindas here. And OM and Namchen is going to continue to trade back and forth. But look at that. Another tower falls, and now it's 4 to 5 towers for Chinese Taipei.
I really think the key to that fight was that Wei was just out of position there on that Pixie. He has to be cognizant that he does not have the same kind of movement ability, but Namchi is going to be caught out. Sora is going to be able to get another kill and be legendary. Kian, however, is going to escape unscathed, knowing that his teammate is dead no matter what he does.
You do not want to feed all of those deaths over to the Hyper Carry. Look at that. What a beautiful snare there. No chance. Gao is going to fall. And Glover just finished Omni Arm. So that means Scud is going to do so much damage and burst damage against his opponents. They have to watch out his positioning there because he's going to want to come from behind or on the side and get onto the Liliana or the Violet. And look at the amount of damage Sora's doing this Dark Slayer. Oh my goodness, he's taking it so fast, and this is not looking good for Team Vietnam.
Yeah, it's a 5v2 right now, and because Chinese Taipei knows that they don't have any waves to push with, they instead go for the Dark Slayer, the ultimate global objective, allowing them to push with the next few waves to maintain that advantage, win some fights potentially if Vietnam very stupidly decides to engage on them while they have the buff. So Chinese Taipei is really, really looking good right now.
Yeah, Shield of Loss has been completed on Arm. It's going to give so much extra defensive stat, as well as Muramasa completed on Lindas. That Pierce is going to help on do so much there. Look at how fast Sora is just cleaning this jungle right now. He is so ahead of everyone in the game. Keen has finally turned level 15, but he needs a lot more farm to catch up with the damage output that Sora has on Lindas.
And look at Chinese Taipei over there waiting their time in that top lane. But it looks like they're going to be pushing the bottom lane potentially. They have that mini wave there, but all but 4 members of Team Vietnam are going to be there to try to clear the wave and to defend it.
Yeah, definitely here. What they need to do now, they need to use what Violet and Liliana is so good with when it comes to defense is wave clear from afar and from a safe distance. They need to keep clearing this wave and make sure they don't lose any of their high ground towers here. They're going to, wow, look how fast that tier 2 tower just drops from the damage coming out from Scud and Lindas there.
Yeah, I think Phantom needs to get a pretty good unleash over there with all 3 of his Ravenous Beasts. That is going to be able to stun the Vietnamese team for 1 second, and it does have an incredible range as well, so that is going to be amazing at siege in the tower. He can follow that up with a snare then on one of the key targets, and that will be crucial in the fight. Look at that hissy fit coming out over there. Namchen is a little bit out of position. Again, the heal's going to be popped. Wow. He's going to be forced to use his shock to come out, and the Chaos Dragon is going to be popped as well. But Arm is going to fall, and that is going to be a high ground tower for Chinese Taipei, and a second high ground tower potentially in that mid lane. They don't have really anyone attacking it, but looks like they're falling up. Namchen is going to be brought a little bit low over there, but they are going to be focusing the tower finally.
Sora just got 2 kills and taking down the tower. They have to focus down Sora. Sora has the most go. He just picked up Ancestral Glory as well, so that means he's going to revive, and now it's going to be that much harder to kill him. The team has to focus their efforts and shut down Lindas, because if Lindas is alive in all these fights, he's going to be able to carry. He took 2 towers so quickly and got 2 kills. This is not looking good. There's so much gold resting on Soar here that Vietnam has to figure out a way to counter this Lindis and make sure that she's not able to carry the team. And look at it, the Staff of No completed on the Crixie. That's going to mean the burst damage she already provides is going to do even more with that extra pierce, that magic pierce that she has with that item.
That's true, and with 2 high ground towers, Chinese Taipei is at a massive advantage because those siege minions that spawn, those super minions that spawn when you have the high ground towers have more health and do more damage than the regular siege minions, but they actually give less gold. So it puts you a little bit further ahead in the economy game, but Gao's going to be caught out, and that is going to be a kill per way.
Omen just fell off, just melted so quickly in less than 2 seconds here. And Lover putting himself in a tough spot. He's got to be careful. He jumps out to safety there. And he's a little over anxious and over aggressive there. Gotta be careful. But this is their chance here to push down the last high ground tower, because Fanta can snare right underneath that tower and they can take advantage of the damage trade that's going to happen from that snare.
Yeah, there's still 20 seconds until Gao comes back to life, so Chinese Taipei really needs to leverage this with the wave that's crashing in here in the middle, potentially take a really good fight, and the Moonfall Flicker is going to come in.
Oh my
Again, is going to be so low. That is their carry taken out of the picture. Namchin is going to be brought down, but Ohm is going to be a little bit less than half health, and their super minions over there in the top lane of the core, they should be focusing that tower over there, but they are so low. Tower lower is so low, but it looks like that is going to be the core, and the game goes to Team Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, what beautiful play there. Again, Fanta on that Arum, jumping in there and locking down, snaring Keem underneath his own core. Violet falls immediately, and that secures them the game. Such decisiveness and beautiful play by Chinese Taipei. You can see Vietnam is looking a little, losing some hope now. Their energy is down. They need to get right back in this game after losing against Team China, losing game 1 and 1 game from being eliminated and going home with the bronze medal. They have to refocus and try to come back here, because they are the last hope of Southeast Asia, the #1 team for Southeast Asia here. They're gonna have to really reset and think about their next game.
That's true, and I think it is at this point in the competition that we're really starting to see the mental toll taking place on these teams. They've been playing basically all day, and we're seeing mistakes that we normally wouldn't see being made by a team of this caliber. We saw Namchin being caught out a couple of times over there, not very wise, so it might be the pressure that's getting to them.
Yeah, you can see there, Soar 11 kills. We talked about this. Almost 15,000 gold. You never want to give a Lindis that much gold and allow Lindis to get that ahead, because it is going to be just devastating the amount of damage. No Frost Cake even built on Lindis, just pure damage for the most part here, and why Soar was able to clear and rotate so fast. And this is something they need to pay attention to and make sure that they don't lose these trades in the early game. Giving up an Abyssal Dragon, giving up a free tower. Vietnam needs to fix their rotation, because that has been a point of weakness in their match against Team China, and another point of weakness now against Chinese Taipei.
That's true, the macro game is really something Vietnam needs to improve on if they want to have a chance against Team Chinese Taipei, or if they even want to have a chance against the People's Republic of China if they do happen to make it to the finals. So absolutely, that is a hurdle that Vietnam needs to get over. Let's take a look at this damage. Look at Soar doing 34% of his team's damage, over a third.
Yeah, that's what happens if you feed the hyper carry jungler there. 105,000 damage to heroes. That is just massive. You can see Arm there doing exactly what Arm should do as Fanta, getting the snares under tower and taking most of the damage. If you see an Arm doing that, then you know that they're using their kit to exactly how it should be played there. And the assist coming from OM as well. And OM playing on this Alice here, so they're kind of switching up their roles. Fanta and OM being able to play different roles with each other, which is pretty impressive, honestly, from a team from Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, and I actually quite like Bug. Despite losing this first match, they're still definitely in this competition, CJ. Bug, he has 100% kill participation, meaning that he was kind of like the playmaker. He was kind of shaking up the competition, and he was definitely always there. He is definitely a skill player. He's not just a bench warmer.
Yeah, definitely there. Let's see if maybe XB may want to come back in, but look at Soar. Definitely the man of the match. 11-0. That is just insane there, the amount of damage that he did. Almost 34% damage. So Vietnam, again, they have to make sure their rotation is a little better. And they can't give away all these deaths and feeding the jungler there. Look at that. Every single time. That's already 2 kills there at the 5-minute mark. And another engage here. Look at that. Way getting knocked down. Just beautiful engages there. And OM playing perfectly Alice from the back line. And Sora just weaving in and out of the fight, knowing when to juggle the aggro. And as a result, carrying so hard, not giving a single death over.
That's absolutely true, Sweet J. Sor was just so incredible. We always talk about him, and he was just had unmatched prowess on that Lindis 11:03. That was an amazing KDA, and he was just so focused. They were just focusing on the core over there. Even though people were fighting, they just won that game, even though people were still alive and kicking.
Maybe that's why his name is Sor. He's soaring away with all these kills. You gotta watch out for his Lindis play. So Vietnam, they have to rethink their ban draft a little bit, but honestly, they have to, again, watch key objectives. Every time a objective's up, like Abyssal Dragon or the bot tower, that is the most important lane before the 7-minute mark is the Abyssal Dragon lane. You have to win that lane because you're gonna get the tower and the Abyssal Dragon. It opens up the entire bottom jungle, and if you stack 3 dragons like how Chinese Taipei did, they had 2 to 3 level lead, and when that happens, you can't really contest and fight them, right? That is absolutely critical for you to deny the Abyssal Dragon. You saw what great teams do. They start posturing and make sure that the team does not take that dragon, show that they're there, rotate, deny the dragon, and then go back to farming their jungle. So Vietnam really needs to think about their strategy here, because as a team, their rotations are not as methodical as their East Asia counterparts.
Yeah, we see again, Chinese Taipei is so well-rounded. Like I said, they can adapt to any kind of situation. They are so focused. They are amazing at farming. They are also amazing at fighting. So Vietnam needs to go back to the drawing board and rethink their strategy a little bit. What do you think they're going to see in the next ban draft phase?
Yeah, I think they're going to stick to the same. They're definitely going to ban away the Grack. They're definitely going to ban away the Valheim. Those are critical picks. They may not even ban away Omen. I mean, Omen didn't really do much in that game. Gao was not able to really get some clutch Omen ultimates to really change the tide of these fights here in the favor of Vietnam. They actually have not won. I don't think they won like even one critical team fight in a big way here. So that's something that they really need to think about. And Omen needs to do something. When Omen turns level 4, you have to convert that ultimate into something. His ultimate death rate is a 5-second gauntlet on whoever he lands it on. And that's something you have to use for proficiency there. And XB is going to be subbed in here for Bug. And we know that Team Vietnam does play a little more aggressive when XB is playing, so maybe this dynamic will change, like how OM, when he was subbed in for Chinese Taipei, really helped Chinese Taipei bring it back together and reverse sweep there. So let's see if this is going to be the same story for Vietnam by putting XB back into the mix.
Yeah, XB was very great on both Crixie and Raw, so I'll be looking forward to see if Team Chinese Taipei responds accordingly to that roster change with the ban pick. But I was a little bit disappointed to see the lack of success with Omen in that last match. There's a reason he's almost always been in like the first or sometimes maybe the second phase of the ban phases. So if you aren't able to consistently win your lane with Omen, then like why is he consistently being banned, right? You need to be using him to his maximum potential.
Yeah, absolutely. That side lane Omen is so critical. That's why he's banned so often. So we could see potentially an Omen ban here with XB now back into the picture. So let's see if Superman will be taken off. Of course, Valheim will be banned here. Valheim and Superman are definitely going to be the bans that Vietnam are going to do on the red side here. And they may target ban away, like potentially like Lindis away, so Lindis does not get picked for Chinese Taipei because Sword just played that Lindis so well.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. It's definitely worth taking away that Lindis. At least, like, give him the respect ban, right? He absolutely dominated. Chinese Taipei is going to ban away the Ross from XP that we saw him playing it so well. So both these teams clearly know each other pretty well. Chinese Taipei takes away that Grok. Very, very great hero, very cheesy, which is clearly something that Vietnam quite likes.
Yeah, definitely. Grok is such a good support. I mean, his kit is just amazing. And he's one of those supports like Alice that can change, if you're behind, can change the tide of a late game team fight because of his outplay potential that Alice can do as well. So I'm surprised Mina is not being picked because Mina was actually pretty popular with a lot of these teams here. So Superman, of course, the obvious ban on the red side here. And I think they probably will ban away Lindis and just give Chinese Taipei arm. And we saw how well Fanta played the arm here, so that could be a little risky. So let's see if they're going to prioritize either arm or Lindis bans here.
Yes, Zenial is still up for grabs. Teamy is still up, so these are two heroes that would make pretty good sense to ban away. They're going to go with the Omen ban.
Oh wow, they're going to deny Omen. Even though Omen wasn't really a big problem for them in the last game. So now Vietnam needs to decide, do I want to deal with Arum or do I want to deal with Lindis? And they're going to say, you know what, I'd rather play against Arm and let's take away that Lindis.
Zenial is up.
Yeah, Zenial is up as well, so let's see if the Arm or the Zenial will be paid. I think from a priority standpoint, Zenial might be a bigger priority than Arm because Arm, there's ways to counter because whoever Arm snares, Zenial, instead they're going to pick the Arm instead. And that's going to give potentially Zenial and Malik over to Vietnam there. Zenial and Malik is such a strong dual combo because they have so much engage and protection for the marksman that they want to pick up. So let's see if that Zenial Malik will come out. I would love to see Keen on Slims. I feel like his best marksman is Slims based on what we have watched today. So I'd love to see him on Slims after they pick up the Zenial and Malik composition here.
That's true, but if I were Vietnam, I would be very hesitant to pick up that Malik and that Zenial in one fell swoop because Chogner is still open, and Chogner, as we know, is a very excellent counter to Malik over there. And they're going to go with their Ryoma pick and the Zenial.
Yeah, that means Malik is still going to be open here. Chognar is open as well. So we should see Chinese Taipei pick a support Chognar into this composition. But they need to pick a dominant side laner that can counter the Zenial because that global ultimate, his Angelic Spender, is such a game changer, turning like a 4 versus 4 into a 5 versus 4 once he ults and moves across the map there. So let's see what Chinese Taipei is going to offer. They're going to again take away the Violet and deny the Violet. Yep, they will. They will deny the Violet and pick up the Teamy as well. I think Flash should definitely be picked up here. Flash is such a good counter into Violet. You don't want to give Flash over to a Violet composition because they work so well together. And there's a lot of stun combo too with the team as well. So I feel like Flash is really great for XP here. They can pick up the Flash, don't have to worry about support, pick up like Scud in the side lane, pick up two very dominant side laners here with Roma being picked already. So let's see what they're going to decide.
Yeah, I would love to see a Slims at some point over here, but Team Vietnam does have two already very capable side laners. So they're going to go with the Tulin middle, very interesting, and the Alice as a support.
Yeah, with Tulin being picked, Crixie's actually really good into Tulin because Crixie can easily just poke him and keep Tulin at a distance and out-trade him in the mid lane. So let's see if they're going to decide on Crixie or to go with Flash. So let's see if they're going to go with the Flash or Crixie. But, you know, both worked out really well here, but I feel like Crixie will probably be the one that they'll go with because of the combo that Crixie has with the Teamy and the Aura.
I actually quite like the combo of the Tulin with the Alice because Tulin is probably the highest damage pure mage, and combining that with the magic damage reduction, with the magic defense reduction actually that the Alice's Hissy Fit is going to provide, it means that XP is going to be able to absolutely shred with Tulin.
Yeah, absolutely. That Hissy Fit combo with Tulin, ability to do so much damage. Yep, and Crixie will be, like I said, Crixie is such a good pick into Tulin. And look at that, Boo is picked up as well to play against the Ryoma and get all these knocks, especially if they catch the Alice. They can easily target the Alice. Alice normally does not build as tanky. And yes, Slims is going to be picked up for Vietnam here. We see how well Keen has played the Slims here. And if they can combo the Welding Blade, the Alice Sunshine stun, and the Malice from Zenial and AoE stun as well, that's going to be absolutely devastating on whoever they combo that on.
Actually, one thing I hadn't considered earlier is that XP picking up that Tulin means that it is denied from Wei, who we have seen be a superstar on Tulin. So pretty wise decision. I like both of their compositions, but I'm not really sure who to give the edge to. What do you think, Sujay?
Yeah, I think I really like Vietnam. Again, Kim, I'm just such a big fan of him on slims here. He played it so well, and Namchin on the Zenio gives so much protection and engage potential as well. And of course, Alice's Hissy Fit. There's no Chognar on the enemy team to really counter that. They have to basically engage first with the teamy Pooty Poos, with the arm snare, and also with the knock-up from Lubu and Crixie there. So Chinese Taipei has a good composition too, but I feel like Vietnam's composition is definitely a little better, especially when it comes to that mid-game spike. The early game and mid-game, they have the advantage because of that two-lane pick.
I do think that at the late game, I might give the edge to Chinese Taipei because Soar on the Violet we've seen is so good at farming, and he is able to use that range so effectively. And as well, wait on that Crixie. Late game, both of them are going to be able to absolutely shred Vietnam if they are able to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see how this match is going to play on. Look at the matchups here. I'm really looking Lover. Lover is on one of his best heroes, Lubu. I can't wait to see how OM is going to play this teaming into this competition on the side of Vietnam here. But we have to not forget the amazing combo between Keen, Gao, and Namchin. That combo is going to be devastating along with Pro E Sunshine Stun as well.
Let's hop into the second match between Chinese Taipei and Vietnam. We'll see whether or not Chinese Taipei is going to be able to clear the clean 2-0 sweep and earn themselves a place in the finals of the esports demonstration event.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at Ryoma doing so much early aggressive. And look at Namchin being caught out here, and the Pooty Poots potentially will land at full hit, and that's going to be so much damage, taking down to half health already. And beautiful trade here by Chinese Taipei against Vietnam's aggression.
Yeah, both teams right now are going to be invading the other team's red buffs. Looks like Fanta is going to be trying to save it, but to no avail. Kian is going to be able to pick up that red buff very, very easily. They're going to try to attack that tower and get an early lead, and Fanta's going to be dangerous in love. That's going to be an early first blood. That is a first blood for Gao onto Fanta.
You got to be careful again. I talked about this three-man combo, the stun from Ryoma, the sunshine, the flying spear. He didn't stand a chance. Fanta was just deleted underneath his tower. That is under the 1 minute 20 mark. That was around the 1 minute mark, and you're getting killed underneath your tower. That is just a crazy combination there.
Yeah, the flying spear is just going to barely miss.
Oh
He's
my
going to
goodness.
flicker over there and get a 3-man Pooty boost. What a great mechanical play, but the bottom tower is already at half HP. This early into the game, when the towers have extra damage protection, that is really saying something for the tower pushing prowess of Team Vietnam.
Yeah, I mean, the Ryoma plays have been just amazing to watch from all these teams. But the Abyssal Dragon is spawning in 20 seconds though, so they need to make sure they heal up and reset and go back to the Dragon. They cannot give Chinese Taipei this Dragon, because look at that, they're exerting so much pressure. Again, every single time when that Dragon is about to spawn, they get complete river control and set themselves up for the Dragon. So Vietnam needs to counter this and not give up a free Dragon.
Yeah, it really could go either way. Over here, Wei is going to be starting that Abyssal Dragon over there, but there are 4 members from each team who are on that respective side. It's going to be quite difficult to see who's going to be able to get it. OM is going to be getting a Pooty Poos on 2 members of that team. The Abyssal Dragon is going to go to Chinese Taipei. The Moonball is going to fall. That Flicker is going to come out to try to get the kill, but Gao is going to escape with just 1 HP.
That was devastating. That snare there, level 4, just in the nick of time. Fanta gets a snare onto Keem there, and then they lock him down and kill him. That is devastating. They lose a dragon and a death there, and that's not what they want. It happened again for Vietnam, so they have to reset here, and they're going to lose the tower as well. That's not what they want. Again, this is a repeat, deja vu of the last game, losing Abyssal Dragon, giving a death, and losing a tower. That is devastating. Puts them 1k gold behind already.
Yeah, especially when Vietnam is the early game team. You don't want to be falling behind. You're the early game team. You should be winning the early game, right? That is just so devastating. So they really, really need to come back ahead in this match if they want a chance of making it to the finals.
Yeah, again, I feel like they wasted so much time getting the bot tower down to half health. They should have just reset. After they got the kill on Fanta, they should have completely reset and then push out both the mid wave and the bot wave and then take complete river control and deny the aggressive dragon rotation that Chinese Taipei does every single time. And because they overstayed their welcome, as a result, they fall behind.
And that was such a beautiful snare by Arm onto the mid laner, onto that 2 lane, forcing him to die. But OM is going to be diving into 3 men, not the wisest way. His team is going to be there to follow up and save him from death.
Yeah, that was critical there. Again, Aram, this Fanta on Aram here has been playing so phenomenal. Every snare has made a difference and changed the tide of the team fight completely. One at the Abyssal Dragon, now one at that mid tower as well. This is something that you have to be careful and watch out for.
And look at that collaboration on Team Chinese Taipei, giving that early blue buff wave that, as you know, the blue buff gives you 20% extra cooldown reduction, so on a mage it is especially helpful.
Yeah.
And it also gives you that mana regeneration too, 2% a second.
Allows you to stay in the lane and not have to go home because of that mana reduction in that cooldown. And look at that, Namchin getting so much damage. Oh my goodness. He's going to have to ult away, but not in time. He's going to fall. And look at Pro E. He's getting so low, he has to back off as well. And XP has to run away. Look at the amount of damage Wade's already putting on the team. This is not looking good. Vietnam is reacting to the rotations of Chinese Taipei. Chinese Taipei is dictating the flow of the game, and as a result, they are winning these key fights because they're rotating as a 4-man unit first and engaging 4 versus 1 or 3 versus 1 on the side lanes, and then Vietnam is rotating to react. And as a result, they're playing the game of Chinese Taipei, not playing their own game, not trading at least, and trying to stay even instead of falling behind here.
Yeah, Chinese Taipei is just playing so well, bringing that gold lead to about 3,000 at this point. Even though they are the later, like the more scaling team composition, they're in a very good position. They take the enemy team's blue buff. Looks like they're going to be posturing for the Abyssal Dragon right now.
Yeah, that was a mid stun there. Ryoma landed a beautiful Wailing Blade stun, and then the Flying Spear came too late and did not land. If they landed a Flying Spear and they basically combo and sequence their stun, they would have got these kills. So I feel like Vietnam has a chance to make a difference in these fights, but their synergy is a little off. It's very different to what we see them play earlier here. They gotta be able to reset and really talk to each other and communicate how they're gonna execute their combos.
Both teams are going to return to their kind of respective lanes. The roamers are going to be over there supporting their mid laners. The mid lane is always the most dangerous place in any of these games. Namchin is going to be brought a little bit low by Lover. He is going to be trying to use his Angelic Splendor to escape. He is going to be able to escape because Lover just used his knock-up, so he could not interrupt it.
Yes, that was good for Namchin there to do that, because with the knock-ups up, he can just easily get cancelled by. And look at this, another dragon rotation by Chinese Taipei. Every single time that dragon is up, they rotate to it like clockwork, just taking river control and dominating the map.
And look at them closing in on this mid lane tower. That snare under the tower is so beautiful by Fanta. XP is going to fall to OM. Namchin is going to be brought dangerously low. He's going to be able to use his melees to get away though, but they're fighting again, pushing into that second tower.
My
Namchin is going to fall. Pro E is going to fall as well. Chinese Taipei is unstoppable.
That's 4 kills, and they can potentially end this game here if Ryoma does not return to the home base to stop this wave. There's a siege minion coming down here. He's got to be careful, not far, but he's going to fall. This is going to be devastating. They potentially end this game here right within less than 7 minutes of the game. This is devastating. The siege minion did fall, and as a result, they're not going to be able to end this game, and Chinese Taipei are going to have to back off. But that was devastating. That was 5 kills, another ace, the second ace of the entire day here at the Asian Games for Arena of Valor esports today. And that is just devastating for Vietnam. They're almost 7,000 gold behind, and it's only 7 minutes. If Chinese Taipei takes that Dark Slayer, it is going to be GG for Vietnam, and they're going to go home with that bronze medal.
Chinese Taipei played that so amazingly well, really pressuring the win at less than 7 minutes in the game. That is almost unheard of. I don't think I've ever seen a match end that shortly. But Vietnam just spawned right in time to save themselves from that loss.
Yeah, definitely here. You can see there, they're going to start positioning, push out the waves here, just take the Dark Slayer. So honestly, Vietnam's chances, they have to get a hat trick where they're able to get kills and take the Dark Slayer and steal it from Chinese Taipei. That's their only chance to really get back in this game, because if Chinese Taipei takes a Dark Slayer with this huge of a lead, this means that look at this rotation. Gao does not stand a chance. He's going to fall immediately there. The Teamy and the Lubu combo is just too much. This is going to be so hard to play against, because Teamy has his revive, has his being a bro ultimate there. He can bring Soar or Wei right back to life when they fall here. And then Fanta has that snare that can basically secure a kill if he lands it onto XP or Kin there. So they gotta be careful. Look at, they're already getting the darts there. This is devastating. And Fanta, perfect there. Basically tanking all the damage and getting all the heal from his Ravenous Beast passive. Amazing decision making from Chinese Taipei. This is not looking good for Team Vietnam here. They have to execute their next play completely perfect. Look at, Lover is also taking Abyssal Dragon. That's the third Abyssal Dragon they're gonna stack here. Complete objective control over Vietnam.
Chinese Taipei is just playing out of their minds because they have so much map dominance. 5 towers to Vietnam's 1 tower. They just have the entire map at their disposal. They have so many options. They chose to go for that Dark Slayer and went uncontested. They went for that Abyssal Dragon and went uncontested, and now they're going to be pushing in these towers, and Vietnam knows that they're so far behind that they shouldn't really put up that much of a fight. They should
Oh
let
my
their go left
goodness,
so they
look
can
at
ace
that
again.
poke damage onto XP. He has to back up immediately, and this is going to be devastating here. They have to try to get a kill there, but Gao's going to fall to the burst damage of Wei. It is too much. Phantom's going to try to get in there with a snare, but does not land it. The Jack Snare does come out to protect, but OM is getting low. However, Namchi's in trouble. Keem's in trouble as well. Broly's going to fall. Keem's going to fall, and that's going to be the game for Chinese Taipei. They're going to be your second team in the grand final to rematch against Team China and contest for the gold medal. Team Vietnam will go home with the bronze medal today.
Chinese Taipei shocking us with that incredibly well played early game. Despite being more of a scaling competition, they absolutely surprised us with how out of their minds they played, taking a decisive 2-0 victory over Vietnam, a team that we thought had the potential to go all the way.
Yeah, I mean, the law of transfer properties, right? Chinese Taipei was decimated by Team China, and Vietnam took 1 game off Team China. So I thought Vietnam was the stronger team, but I guess fatigue may have set in, the mental anxiety may have set, the nerves may have kicked in for them, and they're just not playing like they were playing earlier today. So I feel like the mental game, the macro game especially, has been super lacking from Vietnam. They've been winning these early ganks and early rotations, but they're not making the right decision to back off, overstaying their welcome, losing Abyssal Dragons, losing towers for free, and then getting snowballed from there. So I feel like they have a lot of learnings to take with them onto their next event. But this team has made it so far. They have done such a good job representing their region and their country, making it 3rd place, taking home the bronze medal there. Well deserved by Team Vietnam. But Chinese Taipei has their chance at redemption, their chance at revenge against their arch rivals, the People's Republic of China here. This is going to be an East Asia Finals, my friends, and we're going to see which team is going to go home and declare themselves the first ever gold medalist esports of Arena of Valor at the Asia Games here.
Yeah, let's take a look at the KDA screen for both of these teams. Both of these teams played very well, but Chinese Taipei just had the edge so hard. They snowballed that game so hard in that early game.
Yeah, it was devastating. It was the second ace of the day as well, and that was just devastating for Vietnam to suffer that. And because of that ace, they pushed down the mid lane and took all of the towers and the high ground tower as well, completely opening up the map, and then rotated to dig the Dark Slayer. Again, the objective game of Chinese Taipei was just so on point. Their 3-man rotations to 4-man rotations have been converted into towers and kills every single time, and Vietnam just could not do any counter rotations, and as a result they fell behind and could not respond. They were playing reactive versus proactive, unfortunately, and as a result Vietnam played Chinese Taipei's game and lost.
Yeah, and Soar over there had the most tower pushes out of anyone in the game, meaning that he was just so focused, and Lover again is going to get the man of the match with that Lu Bu going 2-0-6.
Yeah, him and the teamie, the combos, the knock-up, and the stun from the Pooty Poos have done such a good job of landing and killing the side laners in these ganks here, and as a result giving them such a huge advantage and pressure on the map. But look at this, the snares from Fanta as well. Fanta on this arm is so scary to play against. Every single snare, like we saw in game 1, has made a difference in every single team fight. You can see there, this is a devastating ace there that Chinese Taipei was able to get and give them such a huge lead.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, Sweet Jay. Unfortunately, that is going to be the end of the road here for Vietnam. Despite going undefeated in the group stages, they must be feeling a little bit like a big fish in a small pond right now, you know? Facing off against East Asia, who just absolutely seem to be unbeatable. Chinese Taipei returning for the rematch, returning for that grudge match against China, who were able to take them out and relegate them to the losers bracket.
Yeah, and they need the not only physical stamina, but the mental fortitude as well, because they have to beat Team China twice, 2 best-of-3s, to be able to get that gold medal, because Team China has gone undefeated in this double elimination tournament so far. So that's a huge undertaking for Chinese Taipei here.
Yeah, I'm going to be really excited to see how that turns out, but I will be in that match. I'll really be looking at how Soar plays that jungle. He is just so objective focused, and China is as well. So that is going to be something that they're going to be fighting for to try to compete with them on that level. So I'm going to be looking forward to seeing how Soar plays it and how Soar looks to siege those objectives to counter China's play.
Yeah, although, like Thailand, for example, Vietnam, they're so good at their team fighting. What it came down to, though, was the macro gameplay from Chinese Taipei and Team China. This is why they got this far. Macro is so important in Arena of Valor, especially knowing when to take their darks there, when to make a high ground tower push. Those are all critical decisions that you need to make in the late game. And of course, in the early game with those Abyssal Dragons, a team that normally stacks 3 or 4 dragons has a pretty high chance of winning that game. So definitely something to watch out for in this next game, where Chinese Taipei has a mountain to climb to beat their opponents that basically destroyed them earlier today in a decisive 2-0.
Yeah, Chinese Taipei really played out of their minds there, 2-0ing Vietnam. So they're really looking to get that momentum, and they're really excited to take down the People's Republic of China in the finals match. But unfortunately, the odds are kind of stacked against them, because they are coming from the losers bracket, they are going to need to win two sets of matches as opposed to only 1 match for Team China to win.
Yeah, and you guys remember earlier today, Team China had the first perfect game, actually the only perfect game in the entire day, and that was against Chinese Taipei. Game 2 against Chinese Taipei, they went perfect, 0 deaths, gave Chinese Taipei 0 kills. So they must be feeling very good to face their opponents here, but Chinese Taipei had a chance to regroup here. They looked a lot better against Vietnam, but I felt like Vietnam was kind of on the way down after their loss to China. So we'll see if Chinese Taipei has really regrouped here to face their opponents and try to outsmart Team China in that macro game, because I think that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, the mental fortitude, I think, was just not necessarily all the way there for Vietnam. They were just making silly mistakes. They weren't really playing together. It just seemed like it was really taking a toll on them. So we'll see whether or not Chinese Taipei is able to regroup, regain that mental fortitude, and we'll see, because they've played against China once already today, we'll see whether the coach has made any useful insights that will help them in the ban pick phase, or will help them in the overall strategy to try to best China at what they seem to be dominating at so far.
Yeah, China is really good at the counter rotations. When the enemy opponents do a 3 or 4 man rotation, they just know. I don't know how they know. Their map awareness is just on point. They then counter rotate, send 2 or 3 people to protect the tower, and it basically make the other opponent completely waste that 4 man rotation. And then they have either a 3 or 2 man rotation on the other side of the map that then converts into a kill and then a tower for them. So these rotation plays have just been absolutely phenomenal. Every single second is amazing in terms of the rotation. We're gonna throw it now down to the floor for an interview with the winners, Chinese Taipei.